Here we go. Hello, everyone. This is a very scuffed layout. I'm now looking at it. We don't judge. We don't judge the scuffed layout because it's not very nice to do so. But throw this on. There we go. Chat box is on. All right. Hello, everyone. So today we are going to be going through our BLUELOCK U20 World Cup bingo sheets. Now, as you can probably see by the title, this stream is very special because it is a charity stream in a way. So technically, the stream itself is not going to one specific charity. However, the event of the BLUELOCK bingo is what is going towards the charity. So everyone who's participating has put in $10 of their own money in combination with whatever donations, super chats that come in through this stream. We are going to put those into a pot, and whoever wins the BLUELOCK U20 World Cup bingo is going to have essentially all the money go to a charity of their choice. So there's not one specific charity that's currently being funded for the stream. However, one is eventually going to be the solo focus, if that makes sense. We have 3 people here with me right now. However, we're going to have some more people showing up in a bit. I think Animasu is going to join, and then Raven's going to join. But until they do, we got the squad here. So anyways, I'll let them introduce themselves. So we'll start with Lexio. Lexio's here. Give yourself an introduction. Or don't.
Hello, everyone. It's Lexio, the guy who's... What am I known for? Nothing.
You're known for streaming my stream.
I streamed Aero's stream that one time. You guys should go check out my Twitch. If you want epic content of Aero and also extra talking over Aero, you should come to my channel, my Twitch.
If you guys want to plug this on your channels, I'd appreciate it because I'm gonna post this. Right
now. Yeah, that's a good point. I should probably do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna post on. But yeah, we have a new guest to the channel who's not been on here before. We have Serena Rose making their comeback into the BLUELOCK sphere.
Hi everyone. My name is Serena Rose. Yeah, I didn't post for a year, so like Nagi, I had to kind of make my comeback. But yeah, my channel is most known for like making like kind of series, and I really like making like narrative based like discussions around BLUELOCK. I made a BLUELOCK series that Noelle Noah was going to be a villain almost a year before it happened. So I think that's my greatest feat to my channel. But yeah, I just love talking about BLUELOCK, and that's me. So hi everyone.
We are so happy to have you on. You finally made your return, and another creator in the space. It's always a good thing. And we got an old classic, emphasis on the old. What's up, Raito?
Yo, what's good, everyone? I'm Raito 6, and yeah, I'm here as always. Always happy to be on stream with everyone here. It's always a good time. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, so we got 3 people in here now. We'll have a couple more people joining in the future, but we got the support of some people who couldn't make it. Lessons from Anime, Sizzles, Maddie, the BLUELOCK girl. Shit, I'm forgetting some people. I'll remember them. Animasu and Raven, they're also joining in on this. I think we have in total close to $100 that we're putting towards this charity. $10 for each person, and then whatever you guys donate through stream gets put into the pot as well. But yeah, so today we're basically going through our BLUELOCK U20 World Cup bingo sheets. How this works is we have a list of 25 predictions that go through that we have made that we think are going to happen within the U20 World Cup arc of BLUELOCK. And every time one of those events happens, we mark them off. First person out of everyone competing to get a bingo wins all the money to put towards a charity of their choice. So because of that, I think it'll be fun. Good time for everyone. But yeah, if you guys need an explanation as to how this is going to work, I will pull up the bingo sheet now, and we can go through mine to start, and we'll kind of give you a dynamic as to how this goes. So, as you guys can see here, this is my BLUELOCK U20 World Cup bingo sheet. Let's put this right here. Here we go. So, might be a little difficult to see just because of the scaling of everything. I did not make everything entirely clear, but I will go through them and kind of explain their purpose. I'm going to move you guys actually over here just because it makes it easier for everyone. I should have done some kind of organization earlier. It's okay. I'm lazy. We make it work.
All good, man. We try our best every time.
we ball. Anyways, so these are my predictions for the BLUELOCK U20 World Cup. Here are my 25 predictions. I just made a video on it today, so if you want a very in-depth explanation of them, you can go check out the video I just posted. But we're kind of just here to go through some of our takes and our predictions, and then we just kind of debate about them, see what we think makes sense, what doesn't make sense. We just kind of talk about them, have some fun with the community, and, you know, just kind of chill here. But, yeah, so my first prediction that I have on here is that I think Shido is going to score a Big Bang Drive opener goal during one of the games that he participates in. So the opening goal for the game will be a Big Bang Drive. So I think it would make sense. Just, I know the situation. I'll post in the chat for the server so you can see the bingo sheet more in clear quality for you guys. But I think it makes sense because Shido's attack is literally called the Big Bang Drive, and the Big Bang is what started it all. So I feel like it would make sense to some capacity to have Shido do something similar and score in the U20 World Cup. And I think it'd be kind of cool to see again, because I'm just not a fan of like those one and done moves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't like someone using something and then just not happening again. Like, I want to see something. I want it to be reproducible. That makes sense.
I'm the same, but does Shido start the game, or do you think he comes on and does that?
Either way, I think I'm saying the first goal that gets scored will be a Big Bang Drive in one of the games. Whether it's 0-0 and then Shido subs on, no matter, I think Big Bang Drive is happening at least once.
Okay.
So my additional question, do you think he's gonna do it with Sai then, or no, you don't think?
Oh, I have no idea. I just think it'll happen, right? Even if it doesn't happen with Sai, I think it's 100% possible with someone like Raito and Hiyori. Hiyori, who's been comparable to Sai, and Raito, who can copy Sai. I think it's definitely possible for them to do something like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Next, I made a video on this before. I'm confident on this theory. I think that Sendo is going to awaken Predator Eye. I think it makes sense, given his character, his training, and his overall mindset when it relates to the game. I think he's a perfect candidate to awaken Predator Eye, and I think during one specific game, which I'll mention later on one of my predictions, I think it's 100% a possibility that he'll awaken Predator Eye. I think another thing that's definitely possible is Nagi scoring another fake volley goal. Whenever Nagi is under some kind of an awakening, the fake volley is always present, right? You have his moment against Rain, where he awakened the ability. You have his goal against Isagi in the NEL. You have his performance in the Barcha game, where he used the fake volley to try and beat out a Barcha defender when he was undergoing his awakening. You then have episode Nagi's final chapter, where when he was going to awaken and create a new move, he ended up resorting to the feint volley technique out of instinct. So whenever he goes through an awakening, he's always shown the fake volley. So I think Nagi scoring another fake volley goal is 100% probable. Will it be the revolver volley? I don't know. Will it be a two-stage? I don't know. But in some capacity, he's going to score a fake volley goal. Whether it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't know. He's doing it, though. That's my thought. I think it's possible. I also think we need to see Isagi defeat a new Generation 11 in a one-on-one. I think Isagi's greatest weakness is his individual talent, and that's where he far gets outclassed. And in order to become the best striker in the world, you have to be good as an individual. Not just in a team setting, you have to be good as an individual. So I think having Isagi beat a new Generation 11 out in one game at some point will finally show that Isagi's reached that level, right? The glaze is not just glaze; it's justifiable defense.
Yeah.
I want to see that.
Yeah.
I also think that we'll have a penalty shootout against the new Gen 11 goalkeeper. It also gives Gagamoto a purpose of awakening and having some central focus in the story, because Gagamoto is a character who a lot of people love, but he's just not really given that much attention, and I feel like this is a great way to do that. One thing I'm really excited for that I think is 100% possible is that Rayo is going to score a goal copying Isagi's twin gun volley. When you look at Rayo and his task to become the master copy, he has to copy all of the other Blue Lock Japan members. Now, I'd assume that's one weapon each. What weapon would Rayo have to copy from Isagi that he wouldn't just copy from another character, or is a weapon that he doesn't already have? Because he has Metavision, Ambidexterity would come from Kinigami or Nanase, and he's not going to copy off the ball movements because that's just a standard thing for most players. So, I think it would make sense for him to copy the twin gun volley. It's the only thing really exclusive to Isagi on the roster, and I think Rayo can copy it. It's just a technical skill. It's like a talented learner move. He's definitely got that.
Yeah, I'd love to see that move again. And like you said before, I hope it's not a one and done.
Yeah. Like, I need to see them consistently use it, because Rayo's just that guy, and I need him to show that he's that guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I also think Agi is going to return in England. I think the match against England being the final game of the group stage, they'll likely win against Nigeria, lose to France, and I think going against England is their shot at establishing themselves. It's their final game, and I think Chigiri, Nagi, and Rayo, if Nagi does return, will be the ticker for deciding that game. Nagi could score his fake volley goal here. Rayo could score his twin gun volley copy here. Chigiri could probably score, but I think it's also good because Agi was the person who told Nagi and Rayo that they need to stop working together to grow and become stronger as individuals. And now that they're not working together, they can finally show off how well they've gotten now as individual players separated. This one's a little less likely, but I would love to see twin new Generation 11 players on the same team, kind of playing mirroring positions. So like a dribbler and a sprinter, both playing wingers. I think it would be great to have a dynamic like that. We've only seen the twin thing exist with the Wanima brothers, and I think seeing that dynamic on a higher, I'm so tired, on a higher scale would be way more interesting. And it could challenge Chigiri and Bachida, who are both our respective main sprinter and our main dribbler. I think it could be cool. I talked about this a lot before. I think that Hiyori and Karasu are going to be used to stop Charles. Out of everyone on PXG, Karasu was the person who linked up with Charles the most, right? And I think it would make sense to have Karasu on him, especially with his newest awakening of Metavision. And with working with Charles, he knows exactly his tendencies and how he likes to play. With Hiyori was the same thing on the opposite side. Hiyori was the first person on an opposing team to figure out how to stop Charles. And with him being one of the best Metavision users on the team, having him and Karasu, two double Metavision users pressing Charles, a player who they know how to handle, I think it's the best option. Respectively, Chigiri and Zantetsu on Loki, it shouldn't be that hard to understand why. They're the fastest characters on the team with the most amount of stamina. They're going to have to do something. I also think Aiku is going to become the captain again. I think he's the best candidate. He has experience, he exudes confidence, and I think just narratively, it'd be kind of cool to have your defender be the captain as opposed to a striker, right? In a story about strikers, have your main anchor be the defender.
I like that.
It's a nice dynamic change, you know? Like, everyone's so focused on the strikers, give a little bit of appreciation for the defenders. You know what I mean? Next, I think Bato is going to play as a solo striker against Italy. I think that Japan will play a blue lock like esque a blue lock version of Ubers kind of formation. And I think that it would be kind of cool to have Bato be the main striker, especially with Italy having Lorenzo. Have Bato and Lorenzo, two characters who I would say are definitely friendly towards each other, going against each other. Lorenzo is the ace eater, marking down Bato as the ace, and having him kind of use that as his leverage to awaken. And then this is where the Sendo Predator Eye would tie in, because you have Sendo who could awaken Predator Eye and see Bato's getting targeted. This is my moment to kind of hyena goal and score something for himself. I do also think that Kunigami is going to become a permanent defensive player, either a defender or a defensive midfielder. But I think that in the capacities of being a hero, one of the core values of being a hero is legitimately just embodying the desire to protect people. And I think that's exactly what Kunigami would do in relation to his mentality for being the hero. He already started to reawaken his ego against Shido, and now he can start to reawaken his ego by playing as a defensive position. Plus, when you compare him to the other strikers, I don't think he has anything that can realistically compete on the same level.
Yeah, I was thinking another main character was going to become a defensive player, so it being Kunigami would make a lot of sense.
Plus, like, compare him to, like, the current strikers, right? Isagi, Bachida, Chigiri, Bato, Shido, Rain, versus comparing him to the defensive midfielders and Karasu, Raichi, and Aiku. I think Kunigami stands out way more against the defensive midfielders as an importantly strong character as opposed to the strikers. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think that's just where he's going to shine. I do think this is not related to the U20 World Cup specifically, but something that I think will happen during. I think we'll get the announcement of a new spinoff. So, I think a new spinoff manga is definitely something we could see happening. And with episode 9 just ending, it was so popular, brought in a lot of money, and a lot of exposition for other characters was provided to us thanks to the spinoff. I think a benefit to another spinoff is definitely possible, and I would want one. I would say I would want someone for like Sai or Kaiser in terms of a spinoff, but maybe even, hot take, maybe even a Loki and Charles one. Like, I would love to see how Loki even found Charles, right? Or how Charles got into soccer. I'd be very curious on that.
That'd be cool.
Lexio, are you here? You're muted.
I'm here.
Okay, I didn't know if you just forgot you were muted.
No, I'm here. I know I'm muted.
You don't want to talk to us? Okay.
No, I don't really have anything else to add in.
Well, once we go through them all, you can go through what you disagree with, and we'll just debate about them a bunch.
The new spin-off, rooting for episode Nanase. That's what I'll say.
Okay, get out of here.
Gosh. Wait, I'm with you. I like Nanase.
Okay, both of you get out of here. Your time on the channel was short. We appreciate it.
Thanks, you guys. It was a good few minutes. Bye.
No, episode Nico then. If not Nanase, Nico.
I'm also into that.
I just don't think Nico or Nanase are characters that have enough potential for development. Like, you know what I mean? I don't think they don't have enough room as a character to develop outside of BLUELOCK.
That's why they need the spin-off, so they could get more material.
But the thing is, we know. But that's the issue. That's the issue, right? Is that we've been with Nanase and Nico for like the entire series, and we have exposition through episode Nagi on stuff for Nico, and like him as a character we don't need stuff for. Nanase we don't really need stuff for because he's just not that good.
Actually,
so
here's a character who I think might get the spin-off, Hiyori. We don't know much about his first or second selection journeys.
I'd like that.
So I'm just worried. Because we have a Hiyori light novel though. is my issue.
Yeah,
That's
true.
We've got one.
yeah.
Oh, bro, I need to read up on that one still. I've never seen it.
Yeah. Like we don't really need something like that, if that makes sense. Next, on the thing, I have someone gets red carded. The only red card we have in the series is from Kuon for selection, and I feel like the potential to get a red card is definitely high going into the U20 World Cup from someone, probably on the Blue Lock team. I don't know, but I think a red card is definitely inevitable. One I'm very excited for, because I think it's almost 100% going to happen, is the concept of a genius and a talented learner fusion. So someone who embodies both elements of the character. Because when you look at specific dialogue with like Sai and Cheeto, and involvement from Isagi and Rain in specific description, I think a genius and a talented learner player is 100% possible, and I cannot wait for it to get revealed. And I know Isagi is going to be like, I know this. I see you. Yeah.
I personally feel like that should be Aiku though.
What do you mean? Like, you think Aiku should be the genius and talented learner player?
I think Aiku should be the like genius / talented learner. I think right now we've just not seen the actual full awakening of his ego, but I feel like he might end up being that player.
Yeah. See, so I explained the twin duo Nuge and 11. I think there's a possibility. I would love to see it. A duo of Nuge and 11s on the same team playing respective positions opposite each other. So like two wingers, or like an offensive midfielder and a defensive midfielder, or just positions that you know pair with each other well. But yeah, I think the genius and talented learner player doesn't have to be introduced necessarily, but I think the term should be identified and characters should be associated with it. Like Isagi would be like, oh, I understand this. Here are characters that associate with that as well. Like Kaiser, for example. I think Kaiser is a perfect description of that. You're like, what is a Big Bang Drive opener goal? I think it's fairly obvious. I think Shido will score a Big Bang Drive as an opener goal for one of the games that he participates in. Going into the next one, I think Rain will score a hat trick. I think out of everyone on the Blue Lock team, Rain's the only character with the potential to score a hat trick. When you look at all the other Blue Lockers, I feel like Rain is the only one who can assert himself as a core striker, but also as a striker on a striker team, where like he doesn't get outshadowed. I feel like for someone like Bato, for example, who scored a hat trick, I think if you have Rain on the same team, I don't think he's scoring a hat trick with Rain there. But with Bato there, I still think Rain has the potential to score a hat trick. If that makes sense.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
You guys agree with that? Or
Yeah.
I've got something to the contrary, but I understand.
I feel like there might be like one or two other strikers, more specifically Isagi, who might be able to do that. But I could see where you're coming from.
Then pretty obvious theory, Shigeru's going to tear his ACL. I don't want it to happen, but I think it's definitely presented as a ticking time bomb. Rin got overshadowed by Sai. Tell me when Sai and Rin were on the same team. Thank you. Anyways, Blue Lock Japan loses the U20 World Cup. I think it's very obvious, just because the build-up of Isagi's dialogue reflecting over ego, them being very, almost seems like overly confident, and the stakes being raised in response to it. I think it's all going to come back to bite him in the ass at some point. I think something else I'd be very interested in is a chemical reaction between Kiora and Nagi. There's a lot of chemistry between them in the episode Nagi spinoff. Nagi chose Kiora as a kind of way to stoke his frustration. And I think with Nagi currently existing on the borderline of his own career, I think that's where Kiora, since that's where he likes to play, have Kiora and Nagi kind of form that chemical reaction, which could lead into his fake volley goal. I don't know. Next, I would say that...
I have a quick question. Is it just me who Arrow's cutting out for? Because you just cut out through most of that for me.
No, it's fine for me.
It was okay for me.
Okay, just my internet. Got it.
Haha, your problem. Anyways. I think Kaiser and Ness will also score a hat trick. I think together, a hat trick through Kaiser scoring goals, but with Ness assisting every single one of them, is just bound to happen. An awakened Kaiser and an awakened Ness, I think they will easily get a hat trick at some point in the story. I think they'll get a hat trick. Speaking on Kaiser, I think Gagamaru is going to stop the Kaiser impact. I think there'll be one. I don't think he'll stop it every time, but I think there'll be one time where Gagamaru stops the Kaiser impact. I think in relation to feats for Gagamaru, I think that's the next best thing going up. Like, he blocked a shot as it was almost about to go in the net, like almost over the line, and he blocked Bato's stealth kill shot. I think Gagamaru's next step would be to block the Kaiser impact. For Audio, I have a prediction for him. I think he's going to stop a Bunny goal. So I think Bunny is going to be given an opportunity to score, and Audio will either stop it, either matching him in jump or like blocking his shot. But I think in relation to Bunny and Audio, I think they will have a matchup where Audio stops him. I actually do think that while Japan will lose, I think Germany will win. So I think Japan will beat France in the semifinals potentially, and then go against Germany in the finals and then lose to Kaiser, Ness, and whatever stacked lineup they have on that team. And then the final one is I think that the Sai and Shido chemical reaction will get stopped. So I think it'll either get stopped by someone or it will fail to produce any kind of result. And I think it makes sense because this would kind of stoke an evolution for Sai and for Shido, because Shido's been very stagnant since he's appeared in the series. So having a chemical reaction that he thought was pristine fail would push him to evolve and be better.
Yeah, that's true.
Rimuru, how many hours should leaks come? About 12. So in about 12 hours we'll get leaks. But that's why we're doing this stream today, is because starting now is when the U20 World Cup officially begins. So get your predictions out ready now for this.
Yeah,
I think
this is the end of the prelude.
Yeah. This is the end of pre-U20 World Cup. So I think it's definitely the right time to get it out now. But anyways, any specific predictions on here that you disagree with or want to debate, talk about, thoughts on them? Let's run through them.
I did have one. One second, let me find it.
I did want to quickly, just question one thing. And that was the whole Chigiri tearing his ACL. Do you think that's going to happen U20 World Cup?
Yeah.
Or do you think it's going to happen during the actual World Cup?
I think it'll tear at this point, U20 World Cup.
I disagree with that one.
I'll say that. Late U20. Late U20 World Cup. Not early, late. So like
I don't
semifinals, finals. I think if he does, it'll happen then. If he doesn't tear it then, I don't think it'll tear at all.
No, I think it's going to happen.
I just don't think
the main World Cup.
Well, I think here's the deal. If Chigiri's ACL doesn't tear now, going into the actual main World Cup, there will probably be a huge time skip. I think it'd be kind of weird to have Chigiri's ACL tear after all of his physical training, conditioning, endurance, and physical therapy at that point after so many years, as opposed to now where everything is more risky.
Question that I should probably ask. Do you think Chigiri's ACL tear is going to end his career?
Yeah, probably.
You see, that's why I disagree. I can't see Chigiri not playing in the actual World Cup.
My only thing is why I can't see him playing is because they only took the spot of the U20 team. There is still a national Japan team. There still is. They don't just have the full control over Japan's representative team. They only have U20 control. So they'd have to do what they did against the U20 team or something and try and go ahead and you know, surpass them or usurp them, or just they would do a time skip to the future where they were selected. And if Chigiri gets injured, I don't think he would play for them. Like, I'm thinking if he gets injured in U20 World Cup, it will be an injury he can't come back from, and he just won't participate. Because realistically, I don't want our top 23 for the U20 World Cup to be for the final World Cup team. I think it's stupid that way. Give us some actual grown-ass adults. So have, like, 6 people maybe. Have, like, Isagi, Rin, Bato, Bachira, Aiku, and then maybe Sai and Shido. So that's 7. Have those guys play for them. Everyone else represents a club or something. Like, I just don't see, as much as I love Chikiri, I just don't see him. I don't see it happening.
I feel like my personal belief is like, I feel like even though there's going to be, I said like a lot then, even though there's going to be obviously like other like Japan players from the main team, I still feel like Ego is going to be the main guy to decide stuff, because I feel like given that Baratsu's all about profit, I feel like Ego's definitely gonna, with everything that BLUELOCK's done, he's going to have made them a profit. So I feel like he's gonna get lead representative decisions. I do feel like we're gonna see the U20 team play against the actual World Cup team, and I don't think we're gonna see all of the U20 team players make it, but I do feel like it's gonna be like a 50-50 split, if not more U20 players than main team players.
Yeah, because this whole thing is kind of like Ego proving results, proving that BLUELOCK does work and his mindset and system is working. So I feel like if they do really well in the U Cup World 20, then kind of the next big arc could him being like taking over the national team. And my thing with the whole chickadee breaking, I mean, I'm a certified chickadee glazer. I know this.
I'm with you. Chickadee's my favorite character. He's the GOAT, and I don't want it to happen. My favorite character. I don't want it to happen.
Disrespected by the community most of the time that I'm just like, if he tears his ACL, I feel like people are just going to clown on him, and I fucking hate
my main thing is I just think it's really lazy writing. So I'm just hoping that Chickadee, if something does, like, whatever Chickadee's journey is, I just hope it's not the ACL tear. Because my main thing is I just think it's lazy writing and low hanging fruit. And I just think the author could give him a better story than that. I'm not saying that he has to go on to like be the greatest player, but I hope whatever storyline he does get, I just hope it's more than, oh, he got an ACL tear, so his career is done. Like, I just want it to be more than that, is my main thing.
Yeah.
Here's one thing. I feel like he won't tear his ACL, but during the U20 World Cup, he'll actually go out to have surgery. Because you can get surgery on, like, even if it's healed, past ACL tears, you can get surgery to, like, reinforce them. And I feel like at one point he won't tear it, but he will get injured, and there'll be that, like, risk, and he'll have to go out for the rest of the U20 World Cup to get surgery.
I could see that actually, like I could see him having like a scare where he gets hurt and maybe he has like to go get surgery, but like it being like a career ending injury, I feel like that would be like a lazy way to just end his story. That's me personally.
I don't see, I feel like this ACL, the whole injury that he's got, is meant to be a red herring as to how his character's going to end. Because a lot of people are like, well, it's been
he breaks his arm.
Tail, not the arm.
Not the arm.
I agree. Like, I just think like the author overall is pretty clever with how he writes character stories, and I think Kim just tearing the ACL again would not be like it would just be really dumb writing, in my opinion.
I disagree with you about the author being smart about how he writes character stories. I just think he focuses way too much on the egoist 4 to actively like get rid of one of them.
Fair enough, yeah.
Because some of the characters that he's wrote.
I mean, okay, well,
the stories.
I don't think he's writing Kumagami well. I think Kumagami has very not great writing. I don't like the way he's being written at all.
No offense, I could probably say that about most of the current U20 team, because most of them are like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, fair enough.
But that's my personal beliefs. I don't know about the rest of yours.
I think more like, to word it better, I think when he does give character focus, I overall most of the times enjoy it. But yeah, I do agree that most of the characters, don't get a ton of focus and all that stuff and don't get written that well. So
I'll say this: the amount of people who don't understand what the wild card is even though it's been stated a lot of times about what the wild card is and what the wild card consisted of, is very concerning to a degree. Because we know what the wild card is, we know the results, we know what the wild card is, we know what the wild card did, and we know what the wild card produced. Like, I don't think there needs to be. See, I don't think we need.
Again, it was like.
So it was 166, I think. 166 was when Kunigami and Isagi subbed back on in the Barchi game, and he basically asked him what happened in the wild card, and he says the wild card battle was an experiment to create a vessel possessing the same body as Noa, a body numerically identical to the world's greatest. It was a survival battle, and whoever could get to the closest to Noa's physical abilities won. So it was just a physical endurance training.
Mm-hmm.
It was really it. Like, it was the physical endurance stuff. Like, it forced him to become ambidextrous. We don't need a backstory to see his physical stuff.
I'll admit right now, I do have wildcard flashback on my thing. I at least want a flashback just to kind of see what happened. I'll admit to that now.
But yeah, anyone else have any prediction, any discussion with this? Or you guys want to move on to the next bingo card?
The only thing I was gonna say is it's not particularly any disagreement, but it was just about the Rin being the only one you can see him doing the hat trick. I've got Isagi doing the hat trick on mine because I can see him doing a hat trick, but I do agree that Rin is also.
I also have it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what I'll do is let's go through and we'll put someone else's bingo card on stream, and then they'll go through their takes, and then we'll just I'll put it on stream, and then we'll kind of go through and discuss it. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's pull up who's Lexio. You're the first person on my list because Raito hasn't sent me his yet.
Yeah.
So Lexio, Lexio, you're up first. You got to tell us. You got to go through and tell us your explanation of your bingo cards. So.
Yeah. Right. Okay. My bingo card is ignore how bad it looks, everyone. I blame Raito for how bad it looks. Why? Just because.
As you should. It's Raito's fault all the time.
I blame Raito for most of my mistakes.
Good.
I'm like Lexio's parent. Like whenever something happens, I'm like, guys, sorry, I'll take the blame.
Okay, you're contributing to the whole your old jokes now. You could have just went older brother, but you've decided to say parent.
I to be fair, right? For me, like if you get to my age, you'll find that 30 isn't that old anymore. It's like
yes, it is.
You still feel young. You guys are like babies compared to me, though. That's the only difference.
I guess that makes you feel like an unk compared to us.
Yeah,
not
respectfully though. I'm like
respectfully, unk.
I take that.
Respectfully, boomer.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure. Oh, I don't even know the generation stuff.
You're a different generation to us. That's all we need to know. So for my for mine, my first one, Shido won't play against Nigeria. I do not believe Shido will play in the first game of the U20 World Cup. I don't even think it's going to be in consideration for Shido to get subbed on or anything at any point. I feel like he's just going to be on the bench and he's going to stay on the bench. I could personally see it that Shido just doesn't play throughout the entirety of the group stage, but I can believe he might play against France. See a Shido versus Charles moment, but yeah, I see no world in which Shido ends up in the game against Nigeria. There's just no reason to play him. He's too volatile to play at the very start of the World Cup.
Okay.
He plays. He gets a suspension. And then
oh gosh.
Let the team down.
I mean, yeah, Shida, he's a pretty crazy character, so I definitely feel like they're gonna let him simmer for a bit before they like bring him in. So I could see that.
The whole shit, what am I doing? Anyway, the whole Rayo copies the Kaiser Impact. I do actually believe that at some point during the Germany versus Japan game. I forgot the name of the country for a second, even though it's on my fucking screen. Anyway, in the Germany versus Japan game, I do believe that Rayo will attempt to copy the Kaiser Impact. I do also believe he'll score with it. I believe at some point we'll see Rayo like fully going into his copying plays and do a whole thing where he copies Butcher's dribbling to get up. He copies the Kaiser Impact to shoot. He might even copy like Aiku's snake defense again to get the ball in the first place.
My question is he even able to? Because it's like the fastest
Yeah, he
swing in
is.
the world.
Yeah, the Kaiser Impact is just a technique. He won't have the like insane shot swing, but he'll still have a quick enough shot swing to replicate.
Like the Kaiser Impact, right? It's based on Kaiser's genetically faster swing speed than most. However, as a talented learner, he trained his body to refine it to where he could make his swing even faster than it normally is, and that's what produces the Kaiser Impact. This is why you see shots that he usually doesn't appear in the air for are slower and are easier to be stopped. Like, you'll see Lorenzo stopped a shot where he did Kaiser Impact Lightning Strike, where he was on the ground for it. So Kaiser being in the air, he's incredible body balance, allows him to leverage all of his body's momentum into his swing, which makes it faster. Ryo could essentially do the same thing. Also, the Kaiser Impact is not about leg power. If it was about leg power, Noah would be able to do that.
Yeah.
Explain to me. Oh, you want to say we have no ball knowledge? Explain to me how Noah can't do it.
So yeah, that's why I asked the question, because I know people are gonna probably get at that one, so that's why I just wanted to be like, ask that question, you know?
Yeah, no, we've pre-established like we've pre-established that it's a technique that can be copied. Because at the end of the day, whilst yes, Rayo doesn't have the natural swing speed that Kaiser has, he has the other factors that Kaiser uses to make his swing speed extra fast. So he won't have as effective of a Kaiser Impact, but he can.
But it's more effective than normal people's attempts at it.
Right. Okay.
Because also,
I was gonna say it would probably it wouldn't be a 1-to-1 or even a 99% Kaiser Impact.
No, it'd be like 80% best.
But it would still be effective.
Yeah. Not even that. Kaiser's entire thing as a talented learner is that he understands the concepts of physics and how to apply that into soccer. That's what makes him a talented learner, right? Like Isagi's talented learner skill is adaptability. Ryo's is copying. Kaiser's is physics. Kaiser understands the concepts of physics, like the Magnus effect, for example, to create a technique that lets him utilize his already existing weapon. That's the same thing for him creating the Kaiser Impact. He created it through his understanding of physics and his natural-born talent.
Mm-hmm. So basically, you're saying like the Kaiser Impact is like a talented learner ability, and he's trained himself to be able to do it, something like that.
Think of it like this, right? Think of it like this. Kaiser himself has a swing speed that's like 50% faster than most people. Kaiser then trained his body to execute his swing speed in a way to create a formula that lets that 50% swing speed become a 100% faster swing speed. So naturally, it's still faster, but the things he does make it so his leg is even faster than it normally is. Ryo could just copy the formula that Kaiser does to make his already faster swing speed faster, so he would make his normal swing speed faster, kind of putting his copied Kaiser Impact to be where Kaiser's normal leg swing speed is, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's
I
kind of how
also,
that works.
My next idea in relation, the Kunigami scores a penalty. The reason I've done this, I believe there's definitely going to be a penalty shootout in my opinion, and I believe there's going to be 5 players who will get immediately placed to do those penalty shootouts. I believe characters like Burū, Rin, Kunigami, they'll all definitely be on there. I feel like of them, the one who's most likely to score is Kunigami, just because of the pure accuracy and power of his shots. It's going to be difficult for a goalkeeper to prevent that in a penalty shootout setting.
Okay.
Mhm.
My next one, Isagi scores a hat-trick. This is sheerly just here because Isagi is the main character. I believe that whilst, yes, other characters will score a hat-trick, I believe there's going to be a moment where Isagi, does his protagonist bullshit. He does a whole moment in his head, and then he'll end up scoring a hat-trick.
Hey, Raven.
Yo.
Well,
Raven's here.
Welcome.
We
yeah,
went
I
through
agree.
all my bingo predictions. Now we're on Lexio's.
All right, I see.
I believe that Isagi will also. I could fully see the hat-trick being against Nigeria. As a
Same.
big opening moment. That or something else that I've got later on. This is what I see more likely happening in the Nigeria game. The specific thing that I've got later on about Isagi and Rin. But I'll get to that later.
Okay. Yeah, I also
my-
have Isagi scores a hat trick on mine as well. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like
Also, I'm looking at this a little bit, so you went a little broad. You went a little broad on your stuff. France goes undefeated in the group stage. Motherfucker, they already stated to be the strongest team.
okay, they go undefeated in the group stage though. There's still a chance. What I mean by that is they win every game, no ties or anything.
Yeah.
Because there's still people theorizing that France may end up with a tie against Japan. That's what a lot of people have been saying.
Fuck no.
I think those people are crazy, but people have been saying it.
Yeah. Yeah, now
So-
that's happening.
So that's what I think.
But then you also got Green and Isagi start versus Nigeria.
But it might not happen though.
It might not happen. You've got
could
to
be a
bear in
strike.
mind, there are a lot of players who are really solid strikers on this roster. There are other people who could start against Nigeria. I feel like for most games, Isagi won't actually be a starting player and will be a sub-on player. I feel he'll play most games, but I feel like he'll end up subbed on for most of them. I know for the bunny hat trick, I probably should have put against Japan. That's what that was meant to be, but I forgot to put against Japan.
You specified now, so we got that here.
So yeah, just pretend it says against Japan for that one when we get there. Anyway, regarding Kaiser x Ness goal. I feel like Ness is going to assist Kaiser for a few goals, but I can also say Kaiser assisting Ness, like a Kaiser impact pass to Ness who scores. I feel like that could be an interesting, expectation subvert thing. However you, I'm not good at talking. And then you've got
I understand what you mean.
yeah, then you've got the whole France undefeated in group stage. I don't think France is going to lose in the group stage. I know some people are saying France will have a tie or will potentially lose, but I believe personally France is going to win every single game.
Yeah.
But I do think that's what Errol was talking about. Like that's a given for most people would probably
Yeah,
say
I know,
France.
but I've seen a lot of takes saying that France won't win every game in the group stage.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Because I've seen a lot of people also state they don't think Loki's going to play in the group stage.
I don't think Loki's going to play personally, but I've not really seen.
I also felt
Here's the thing,
that.
though. Why do you think he's not going to when he's specifically being marketed as he's playing?
Because I
Yeah,
think
that's what
similar,
I'm thinking.
I think similar to Sai, I do think the U20 World Cup is above them, and I do think
Yeah, but
like
it's above Sai because he's only participating for one specific goal. Loki's participating to awaken Charles. Why would he not want to play with Charles as much as possible?
because similar to how he didn't even play a single game until the Bastard Mutation game.
Well, yeah, that's because Charles wasn't awakened. Now he is. That's the thing. They were trying to awaken Charles. Now he's awakened, so why not play with him as much as possible?
I don't think that's his fault process, to be honest. I think he wants Charles to develop. I think that's his main goal, Charles' development. And I think that similar to Sai, he's I think it's very subtle, but Loki is a very arrogant player. And I do think he thinks all this is going to be above him. He's probably got incentives as to the reasons why he's joined here outside of Charles as well. And I do think like a lot of the new Gen 11 players might feel that this is above them, and Loki especially because I think he's super arrogant, and I put Loki above. Obviously, Loki's above Sai. Loki's not a new Gen 11 confirmed, so he's above Sai. So I think if the group stages are above Sai, then how much more above Loki are they? I just can't see him playing in the group stages.
Like realistically speaking, though, Loki's not going to take a loss to Japan lying down. He already feels this sort of built up hatred towards Isagi after already being insulted directly on live television. I don't think that Loki would deny the opportunity to actually play in the tables match and only choose to play against Japan and not play in the other two matches. Which is similar to his character of what he did in the NEL. He can pick and choose his battles because he knows when he should be required, and now he knows that he doesn't necessarily he's not necessarily underestimating or overestimating Japan. He simply wants to do it out of his own fruition in order to beat Isagi and prove that what he said was just mere talk.
Yeah, I would understand that, and I can see a scenario chooses to come on. I do feel like he's gonna look down. He's gonna purposely not play against Japan to show that he doesn't consider them as anything special, because he is the one that made the jab that it's gonna take 100 years or something for Japan to actually get become relevant again.
Yeah, to win the U20 World Cup.
Yeah,
because him being a pro, he sees his equals being like Noah and the other pros. So I could see him thinking that the U20 is just below him. Because he specifically said he's trying to like build this all up so he could overtake Noah and be the best striker. So I don't know.
Yeah, and Noah's not in this. We're not gonna see him.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so I could see him saying that it's below him.
You know what I find a little bit baffling.
Oh, go on.
So Serena Rose, it's been over a year since your last upload, aside from the one that you did 12 days ago. How does it be back?
Oh, it feels good to be back. I've definitely missed uploading and all that stuff, but it definitely feels good to be back. I know I've been gone for like a year and so much has happened, but I'm happy to finally be back. Yeah. I'm just slowly trying to make my comeback and, but it feels good to be welcomed back. I was like, people are going to be like, who is this crusty girl? Get out of here. But everyone's been super nice. So it feels good to be back.
There's since been new content creators on the scene, let's say.
I have to like catch up and figure out all the new people. There's so many new people.
Hi, I'm new. I've got a question.
Hi.
Someone's saying that people are misunderstanding Rayo's weapon. How are we misunderstanding it? Seriously.
Wait, I'm
What about
confused.
it's misunderstood?
When are the leaves are coming in about
Someone's
12
saying
hours?
Rayo can copy Loki's weapon. No, that's just not true.
Okay.
Rayo can copy anything in which is physically attributed. So he can't copy speed,
Yeah.
strength, jump
He's
height,
got the
etc.
all
You can
around
copy technique.
physicality.
Again, this is how
To
I explained it.
technique.
This is how I explained it because I think it makes sense, right?
Hmm.
Rayo cannot copy physical talent. However, he can copy the technique that enhances physical talent. For example, Rayo cannot copy the Kaiser impact in relation to Kaiser's abnormally naturally faster swing speed. However, Kaiser himself, as a talented learner, understands physics and applies physics to his playstyle to make the Kaiser impact by positioning himself and scoring in a way that highlights his leg swing speed even further than it's already enhanced in comparison to someone else. So, while he cannot copy the abnormally fast swing speed that Kaiser naturally has, he can copy the technique and the physics that Kaiser uses to make his swing speed even faster than it normally is. That's the ticker here. And the Kaiser impact is not, honestly, I would say the Kaiser impact isn't even hinged on Kaiser's normal fast swing speed. I would say it's more hinged on the fact of the technique that Kaiser applies to it to make it faster.
Yeah.
Because at abnormally fast swing speed, that's all and good. That's just going to give you a slightly more powerful shot. But the technique that Kaiser applies to it makes it more powerful and faster. That's the thing here. The technique that makes Kaiser's Kaiser impact faster and stronger than his normal fast swing speed applies to him is what Rayo would be copying. Does that make sense to everyone in the chat here? Because it's the same reason.
Say it again.
Okay.
I didn't listen.
The Kaiser impact is a combination of techniques that Kaiser uses and his physical attributes. When we say Rayo's going to copy the Kaiser impact, he's going to copy the techniques to mimic a Kaiser impact.
Yeah, because I think in people's head, because the moment I saw that, I knew people were going to say something about it. I think people think it's like a purely physical thing.
No,
like, Rayo just won't have the.
That's how it was presented. That's how it was presented, right? That's how it was presented when it was first introduced, because Kaiser was marketed as a genius that far
At the end of the day, talented learners use techniques more than natural skills, whilst geniuses use natural skills more than techniques.
Yeah,
the thing is,
agree, yeah.
if it was purely
sorry, cut you off. Go ahead.
No, you're good. If it's purely genetic, right? If it's purely the physical thing, the purely all physical talent, right? Noah and Kunigami should have shots more powerful and faster than the Kaiser impact because of the force they're applying to the ball. There is a extraneous factor that makes the Kaiser impact as fast as it is, but makes it so Noah and other power type players cannot copy it. There has to be something. Therefore, you can deduce that there is a tactical application that Kaiser uses to make the Kaiser impact unique. And if it's a technical application, a talented learner can apply it to themselves. The only reason why someone like Isagi, for example, can't do that is because the technique requires a master understanding of physics and incredible body balance and dexterity, which Isagi does not have. The only character with close enough body dexterity is Noah and Rayo. And the only reason why Noah can't copy it isn't the fact that he can't, it's the fact that why would he want to? Because that's going to disrupt his already existing style. Raven, I'm going to refund you that money just because of what you just said. I'm refunding that.
Okay, so my next thing is Kira joins the B3. I couldn't be asked typing out Baratsta's name. I don't know how to spell it. I'm not going to learn how to spell it. That's what the B3 is. The Baratsta 3. I am the I'm the Kira guy. I literally most of the people who subscribed to my channel subscribed because I did What If Kira Had Better Instincts. I'm the Kira what if dude. So I'll do.
I can't. I'm sorry.
Get him outta here.
We have to keep coming back to this point. Power doesn't equal swing speed. Yes. Kaiser impact is how quickly Kaiser can generate a shot. Yes. But if you're moving faster, you're generating more force onto something. That's why the Flash is so powerful when he punches someone. He's moving he's not naturally strong. He's fast. Fast speed produces force.
When the ground is frozen beneath him.
If a car is going at 5 miles an hour, is it going to be able to go through a wall? Probably not. If a car is going at 30 miles an hour, is it going to be able to go through a wall? Yes. Because speed transitions to power.
Physics.
Look, I don't think that car is beating Batman with prep time.
No one beats Batman if he's got prep time.
Yeah.
For real, that. How did we get onto Batman?
We're talking about Flash.
So yeah, I feel like Kira's definitely going to join the Baratsu 3, especially since of all people who are against Ego's philosophy, I feel like Kira is definitely a character who is the most screwed over by it. So I feel like he's definitely going to be a character who wants to ruin BLUELOCK.
Yeah, like that's where I agree with you. He fits.
I feel like as well, Nico starting as CDM over Karasu. I feel like there's going to be. No, let me explain. I feel like Karasu will likely start as CDM for a lot of games, but I feel like there's going to be 2 or 3 games where Nico gets chosen. Specifically, if you want me to give a specific game where I think Nico's going to start, the Italy game. Japan versus Italy, Nico's going to start, in my opinion, as the CDM of the team.
Why?
I feel like we're going to see I feel like we're going to see a lot of the Ubers players start on the field for the Japan vs. Italy game. And I feel like we're going to see other characters who, like, can complement them. So I feel like we're going to see, obviously, Burū start, Sendao start, and then we're going to see the back be Aiku and Aryu at the very back, and then CDM Nico for the 5 main players to be on the field, and then Isagi as an offensive midfielder to sort of support both Burū, as well as I feel like we might see something to do with a defensive chemical reaction between Nico and Isagi. So yeah, I feel like
shot power can't. I'm sorry, this is annoying me. Shot power can't be irrelevant. Given to a forward. That's not how that works.
Yeah, I the moment I saw that,
I'm gonna have a stroke.
No,
I'm gonna have a stroke.
No, dude, don't worry. Let me put it in simple terms. Batman with prep time is better than Batman without prep time.
I mean, you're not wrong.
You're so right. Why didn't I think of that before?
Let me cook.
Wait, hold up. Does Dedu make content, Raito?
Yeah, he does. A lot of it is
TikTok, isn't it?
Yeah, TikTok stuff. But
not one of those fucking TikTokers.
A lot, he does. He's done some BLUELOCK content, but he does do a lot of what's that anime called? Code Geass.
That really narrows it down.
Code Geass.
What's that one anime called? Oh, out of all of the options.
But yeah,
you're making me mad, Knight, because your logic doesn't make sense. Your logic doesn't make sense. A forward isn't naturally given shot power. Their shot power is determined on how powerful their kick is. Yeah, like it's not a base level everyone has.
I beg to differ. I play FIFA and I give my center forward steroids.
Raven, shut up. Please.
Don't you love it when Raven goes out of his way to annoy you, Arrow?
No, I do not. It
Oh,
is
my
inherently the
Batra
worst part of my day.
My Batra performs a solo goal I believe that. I think this one's quite obvious. Batra does it a lot where he'll get the ball quite far back, usually on the defense after tackling someone or be past it, and he'll just blitz the entire team. He'll just dribble past
It's actually
them.
quite usually on the midpoint. Like
Okay,
that.
shut up.
All right.
You know what I mean. I feel like he's gonna get the ball, and I feel like he's
also
definitely
believe
gonna
that.
do a full fucking sprint
like
up the
Batra-
pitch, dribble
Batra
past
is meant
everyone.
for a really cool commercial break.
But I feel that's a given though.
Yeah.
Not necessarily, because at the same time, Butcher's, you've got to bear in mind how many pure goal scorers there are here. The idea that Butcher is going to get the opportunity to just not only to score, but to make a solo drive when you've got Isagi, Rin, Shido, Baro, Kunigami even. There's so many people who can just constantly be scoring goals that Butcher won't have like an incredible opportunity to score.
But
so I
he's got-
do believe that it's going to be a very
Okay.
like
Wait, by
intense moment.
by solo goal though, you mean Bachara is doing it, no one else is touching that ball?
Yeah, Butcher gets the ball off the enemy team and he solo dribbles up the
Okay.
fucking thing. I could even see him like not even shooting it, just dribbling up to the goalkeeper and disrespecting them.
He's got to do a bow like Lavinho did.
What did
Ooh,
you
yeah.
say?
Have him bow like Lavinho did.
Yeah. That would actually be a great moment. As well, I feel like it's got to happen. Like, it both feels so obvious that it's going to happen, but also so unlikely that it'll happen. Because it's like, for the opportunity of Batra, because Batra is more of a, he feels like he's going to do a lot more passes and assists, given the level of strikers that we've got on this team. But I feel like there's going to be one moment that he's just going to, everyone thinks he's going to get ready to make an assist, and he's just going to go for it.
Like he already did.
Well, he already did make the assist. So no.
No, he already took a shot.
He took a shot. Yeah.
Yeah, but
before
he already didn't make the shot. Batra will make the shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well, there's a difference between making a shot and then succeeding the shot.
Making and taking.
Yeah.
the egoist 4 chemical reaction. Specifically, what I mean by this is I think it's going to be the first 4-person chemical reaction. With all 4 egos.
Well, we had one first selection, if that counts.
Nah, I don't count that as a chemical reaction.
Yeah, that's not really a chemical reaction.
Define a chemical reaction. A chemical reaction to me is when two people combine their both.
No, evolving their skills beyond their original performance. So they were just simply using their skills. They weren't evolving. They just worked together.
Well, I consider a chemical reaction to be when two people intertwine their skills to achieve a goal.
It's not factual.
Yes, it is!
It's evolving.
No, a chemical reaction is two characters using their skills to lead towards a goal.
Think of every chemical reaction. Plays have been evolved. If it's just working together, it's just working together.
Yeah, I feel like chemical reactions are two or more people coming together using their skills to evolve and leading to an intense play. Because you said goal, and whilst yes, most of them lead to goals, I feel like there's definitely defensive chemical.
No, a goal, not a goal, not like not a goal scored, but have a task and it gets completed.
You mean an aim?
Yeah, a task that it gets completed.
Yeah, it is evolution based. Like, think of every chemical reaction that's ever happened.
Yeah, that's
does any of the characters stay stagnant when achieving a chemical reaction? No.
Well, I mean, okay. Well, look at Karasu and Atoya. Third selection. They performed a chemical reaction. Both characters utilized their unique weapons and led to a goal. Karasu used his arms to hold back people from stealing the ball while drawing them towards him. Atoya used his stealth walk to sneak behind Rain and received a pass, and then boom. Then they scored a goal. That's a chemical reaction, but it didn't lead to an evolving of their skills. They just used their skills.
It's a
chemical reaction between Yukimiya and...
It's completely subjective because that was never stated to be a chemical reaction.
Okay, Yukimiya and Nagi in their game. Yukimiya and Nagi, it was literally a chemical reaction stated. Yes, it was by Rao.
Even so, I would argue.
So it has to be stated by Isagi to be a chemical reaction then?
No, but even so, I was going to also argue the point because I just remembered Nagi stopped a gyro shot. By controlling usually a very hard shot to stop, and this was a discussion which both the two had before that of how they can actually incorporate their skills to work together. Nagi stopping that shot is a direct upgrade from his usual trapping.
Yeah, I feel like that kind of is an evolution of Nagi's skills, even if it's
Not really. We've
never seen Nagi trap that sort of ball before. So
yeah, but we've seen Nagi trap things that I would argue are way more intense than that. Like, for example, sure, Yukimiya's gyro shot is heavy. It's a heavy shot, but Nagi's been put in way more intense situations revolving his trapping before. Like when he intercepted Rao's pass, he barely got a touch on that. I would say the fact that he barely got a touch excludes the fact that he got a full touch on a heavier shot. I wouldn't say that's necessarily an improvement. It's just Nagi utilized it differently. I would say what he did against Rao, it's definitely improvement because he barely got a touch. We've never seen him barely get a touch like that.
Okay.
Ever.
I bring up this point. Yukimiya evolved because he's blind. And he actually shot on target.
Okay, and I'll bring you up a follow-up point. Yukimiya is Yukimiya. Nagi evolved because he's ass.
Nah, Yukimiya is blind as fuck.
Did Yukimiya lock off?
Yeah, he's blind. He didn't find his way back to the...
Are you sure you're not the blind one? Are you sure?
Last time I checked, he stabbed himself with a samurai sword and he's been sucked off.
Oh my god.
Also, hey, you remember when he was looking at that sword?
I hate this too. Shido is stated to have never had a chemical reaction, but Rao gave him perfect passes. No! Ego just said that he couldn't form a chemical reaction with Rin. That was it. That was all he said. He could not form a chemical reaction with Rin.
And then he said that no one on BLUELOCK's team can handle a egoist like Shida, which is technically true.
Yeah, no one can handle him. Doesn't mean no one can have a chemical reaction.
Yeah. No, it means handle his personality, not
the carnival of the genius and the devil. Oh. I'm gonna be honest. Isagi always aura farms for his teammates or opponents. He always gives some kind of exposition that makes him sound cooler.
Yeah.
You know what?
But yeah, I feel like the Egoist 4 will have a chemical reaction where they all, or at least most of them, evolve.
Okay, but can I ask, how would they evolve? In what way would they show improvement? Other than what they did in the Team V game?
It's not specific to the...
That's not what I'm asking. I don't care about the... I don't care about the specification for the bingo card. I'm just asking. He says they're going to evolve in some way. In what way are you assuming? Because I can't think of one.
Whatever Kaneshiro desires, mate.
Okay, but if you're saying they're going to evolve, I'm assuming you have an idea to some capacity.
No, I don't.
It's Kanashiro's idea, man. We don't think. We only read the manga.
Raven, I swear to God, remind me to block you after this stream. Remind me.
Clarify.
You are the worst kind of rage baiter because you're just slightly off. You slightly agree with me and then you just take a right turn. Like, nope, I meant to go left. Come on. That's what pisses me off. You're so close to it and then you just take one step forward, 6 fucking steps back. I swear to God. We're only on the second. I'm sorry. I'm yapping too much.
I'm having my chemical reaction.
We're on the second bingo card out of like 10. And we're already an hour and 15 minutes into the stream.
Still only on my second row.
What the fuck is a kilometer?
Did you think your card was gonna have this much of a reaction?
No, I didn't. I thought quite a lot of this was obvious.
Lex, don't worry, I'm defending you here. It's so easy to do as well.
Raven, please, do me a favor. Shut the fuck up. For the love of God, before I pop a blood vessel.
You've already
I just have a quick
blocked several.
question
Good.
for the
Yeah,
reaction.
one of
Does it
the,
have to be called a chemical reaction for it to count? That's just my one question.
Because
I mean, stating it helps clear it up. I believe whenever stuff is stated, it means that it's factually that. Yeah.
yeah.
so then
I feel like
okay.
Yeah.
Can I
you-
ask?
things
Can
be
I ask another question
Arrow,
then?
Arrow, things
Or
can
be-
be implied, sure.
Okay.
But then factually stating it just gives us clarification.
Okay, so then let me ask you: would a chemical reaction exist if they don't necessarily evolve, but it's a pairing of two characters who are using skills that they've used before, but it leads to a positive result? For example, I have a prediction that Kiora and Nagi would perform a chemical reaction. If Kiora sent Nagi like a backspin pass or an accelerating pass, like he did to Kaiser or like he did when he scored his goal, and then Nagi takes that and then scores a goal off of it using a technique of his own, would you consider that to be a chemical reaction?
Nah.
I don't know.
Okay,
if,
Raven, I'm not listening to you anymore.
don't know.
I said
Nah.
no, and he said
No,
fuck
you didn't
I
say
don't agree
no.
with that.
You didn't say no. You went nah.
Yeah, because
I don't know if I'd call it necessarily. It depends, in my opinion. Does Nagi use an already pre-established technique for the goal, or is it like a new goal off of?
Well
is
then,
it like how Bachana passed to him, which forced an idea in his brain?
Yeah, is that what it is? Is it like a pass that forces him to use his techniques in a new way, or is it just him utilizing that pass to use his techniques like he has before? Because if it's forcing him to use his techniques in a new way, yes, it's a chemical reaction because he's doing something new with his skills, and I
could become
consider
a-
that an evolution in a way.
I could become a little bit broader. It may not just be an evolution, just something new and innovative to the character.
Yeah,
Can I
well even
add
then,
chemical-
it's still well like okay.
Huh?
Izagi considered Kunigami, Hiyori, and himself to be a chemical reaction. However, he didn't plan to do the twin gun volley. It just sparked up, right? That's still a chemical reaction in the scope of everything, right? But assuming Izagi did not come up with the twin gun volley, would you still consider that to be a chemical reaction?
Was there
No.
anything new established between the three before that?
Aside from like, if I'm saying if you take out the twin gun volley and Izagi still scores his goal, are you still considering that to be a chemical reaction?
no.
In
I'm
my
not,
personal
personally.
opinion, no. I would just call that teamwork.
Yeah, like
See,
there's-
I would still consider
when
that. I'd still consider a chemical reaction to be whenever two or more characters combine their skills that leads to a positive result of whatever they're hoping to achieve.
I think that's a bit too close to just generic two players working together as a team.
But that's still what a chemical reaction is. Overlapping your weapons to create a goal. That's literally how Ego describes it.
Well, any player can pass to one another to lead to a goal-scoring opportunity.
That's fine, but here's the thing: are you using a specific Bachata's weapon is key passing, right?
Mhm.
Like Bachata's weapon is key passing, and Isagi's is a direct shot. If Bachata uses his key passing weapon and sends a pass to Isagi, in which he scores a goal using his direct shot, that's a chemical reaction between Isagi and Bachata because they're utilizing their weapons that are not unique to them, but is a core weapon of their arsenal that exists. Like Corona and Isagi, they still are performing a chemical reaction of Planet Hotline in the Ubers game, despite it happening first and once in the Manshine City game. It's still a chemical reaction, despite nothing new technically happening from them. It's still a chemical reaction.
Yeah, but the first time they did it, it was something new.
Yes, but they're doing it again. That still makes it a chemical reaction the second time. It doesn't make it any less of a chemical reaction.
I believe, like, if we go into science terms, right? If we were to combine two chemicals, we would get a reaction. And
if you combine them again, you'd still get the reaction.
Yeah, but that also implies, like, we, the audience who have never seen this before, give a reaction. Whilst the second time round, we would just go like, so not a reaction. Therefore,
that's not.
It's audience implied. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
I disagree. I just please link up. That's all that.
Right now, I do feel like Raven is rage baiting a bit. More specifically, trying to rage bait Arrow. but I do feel like I feel like there's a distinction between a chemical reaction and just two characters using their weapons for teamwork.
Okay, but then do you consider Manshine City, Isagi, and Corona to be a chemical reaction, and not Uber's and Isagi, Corona, Isagi and Corona Planet Hotline to be one?
I think using a chemical reaction a second time, it's still a chemical reaction.
So then Isagi passing to Bachida, key passing times direct shot, that's a chemical reaction.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then what the fuck is...
The fuck is a kilometer?
Okay,
once again, I still stand by my point. Like I said, new and innovative, or leads to an evolution. It's that aspect of key passing to Isagi's direct shot was new and innovative.
What determines an evolution?
What determines an evolution? Better performance than what you're usually capable of.
Okay, like Kiora sends a pass to Nagi. Nagi scores a goal by feeling motivated. Assuming he felt motivated beforehand, is that not a chemical reaction?
No, if it's not a new technique, no. It's just Kiora getting an assist.
I would still say it's a chemical reaction. Because it's the same thing with Corona and Isagi.
I would have just called that an assist. Like Corona and Isagi, they made a new formation.
All right. Guys,
so then, are you saying Ness and Kaiser, the Magic Cross, the Kaiser Impact? That's not a chemical reaction.
We got 3 more rows of Lexio's bingo cards to do. Maybe we should agree to disagree.
So bottom line, I'm right, they're wrong. Let's move on.
Bottom line, he didn't have prep time, so therefore he lost.
Yeah. Well, guess what? Neither does Batman, and I solo Batman.
Huh?
Yes.
He doesn't.
I do.
His favorite superhero, the Flash, is a seasonal superhero.
I am not hearing this fucking. I don't want to hear that fucking. I don't want to hear that fucking argument.
I love that argument.
I don't want to hear that bullshit excuse of a fan.
Superhero.
I know exactly what. Batman's a fucking time-based superhero. If it's bright out, he's fucking hiding in his cave. There is 12 hours of the day. There, half of the year, Batman is not doing anything. 50% of the year, Batman is not Batmaning. I would rather have Flash be 75% available versus Batman who's 50%.
Well, I can at least guarantee that Batman won't slip on ice.
One good hacker takes away Batman's superpower. If Batman just happened to misplace his social security card, he's fucked.
Oh no, because you're not factoring in the fact the Tibetan monk techniques.
I don't want to hear the Tibetan monk bullshit.
You don't factor in the fact that if he didn't have his social security number, he would simply have prep time to get his social security number.
I'm done. All right, stream's over.
Oh my god.
Moving on. Nagi scores versus England. Explain your point.
What more is there to say? Nagi's going to score against
Actually,
England.
I need you to explain it more. Set the scene. What's happening?
Okay, so they're playing against England and they're having a really tough time with the new Gen 11 player, right? New Gen 11 player is like a defender or some shit. No one's able to fucking score on them. And that's when fucking Ego looks over, seeing the Barats to 3 players, acknowledging Sai's decent, but then like, fucking why'd he bring back Nagi?
Well, Sai won't be there.
Sai will be on the bench still.
No, he won't.
You don't believe Sai will turn up to the game?
No, I think Sai will still be in Spain.
He's just watching.
I don't think Sai will be there.
It doesn't matter. That point doesn't matter. It's about Nagi scoring.
Yeah, I think Sai will be there watching. But okay, anyway. Yeah, so he looks and he's like, I specifically did not want this guy here. He's useless. And then fucking Isagi walks up to him and he goes, hey, I think you remember the time where I told Noah that Hiyori was the right pick. We need Reo and Nagi. And Ego looks at him, sighs, and just goes, I disagree. This is not correct. And then Isagi's just like,
make us win, you shitty 4 eyes.
Fuck you. Like this is my decision. I'm the coach now.
Isagi will likely just end up like fucking insulting Ego, and like Ego will notice how fucking egotistical. Ego will think Isagi's trying to use this for his own goal, and Isagi will be trying to use this for his own goal.
There's,
But it will
there's a
result
reason
in
why
Isagi
Ego has a favorite.
Yeah, it will result in Isagi failing to score, and Nagi and Reo managing to score off Isagi's failure. Specifically, Reo getting the rebound and passing it to Nagi for a goal.
Okay.
Okay. So more specifically, Reo assists Nagi to score against England.
Yeah.
That could
With
that
his
could have been more than
8-stage revolver fake volley plus 3.
That's what I did last weekend.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I actually scored the
and-
big. I actually scored the big Dwayne Drive. I just no one saw it.
I actually
So-
scored the Planet Buster.
So here's something I do actually genuinely believe is going to happen. I believe Nest will score a goal during the Germany game. And I think it's going to come off Kaiser passing using the impact. So that's why I've got Kaiser impact pass. Like, if you want more specifics than Kaiser impact pass, we
Why
can
do you not
specify Kaiser impact pass into Nest goal.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say that. Why don't you add the Nest goal?
Hear me out.
Like-
He misses again.
He doesn't,
Chapter
he
250
doesn't
chapter
impact
259
Magnus, and he
incident.
fucking misses.
259 incident.
Kaiser is
I think-
falling apart.
Kaiser
I do
impact and
actually
missed this
think-
shit.
In the very first round of the main bracket, they're going to go against Germany. And I feel like it feels very weird to say, but I feel like either they're going to lose to France in the finals, or they might just get first rounded by Germany. But I feel like no matter what, during the bracket stage, Japan versus Germany is... I could even see it being the very first match of the bracket stage.
I mean, that's what is implied by round 1, isn't it?
Yeah, no, but like not. I mean, like before any of the other matches take place.
Yeah, that
Oh, I
would make sense.
see.
That's
It
how
could be round
goes.
1, match 16 or something. But I
I
could
see.
see Germany versus Japan being the very first match of the bracket stage.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it normally goes. The hosts always have the first games of every round.
I feel like Germany versus Japan is going to be a round 1 match, though.
Okay.
So that's
I
so
also
now
think-
now we're opposite sides. I think they'll be the finals. You think they'll be the first.
Yeah, I feel like it will be the first like bracket stage match.
Japan's
Japan will
final
have.
is definitely going to be against America.
America, fuck yeah!
I just took a
Hold
laugh
Everyone would hate
Wait,
that. I
hold
know it.
at
Wait, what's happening?
that.
Me? I find it funny.
The whole bunny hat trick, I didn't write it down. I meant to write it down. It was meant to be against Japan.
Wouldn't it be funny if they just don't make it past the group stage?
It would be hilarious
Spain
if they lose.
Spain gets hyped up and then they just get knocked out in the tables.
Sai just shows up only. He takes the fight just to scream at them. You stupid mother. You waste of fucking time, energy, and space. Like, well, at least I didn't dodge the fade with Loki.
Nana say X Isagi chemical reaction.
Yeah.
Why is there a Kaiser Impact pass on there? What the fuck? Oh my god. It's almost like he hasn't done that before. 289. Peep it.
No, yeah, you know that. But he said he was meant to add to a
Yeah,
to
it
a
was
net
meant to be like a NES goal. I probably should have wrote a lot more details, but I was rushing because I did this last minute.
U20 World Cup not gonna
You were here like an
happen.
hour before me. Or you were an hour before everyone else. Why didn't you just
I
use
know.
the time then?
I know, but I thought everyone had this prepped like days in advance.
Nope.
So I panicked.
Nope. You know
I-
us.
I-
We're
I
blue.
literally-
We're
I
blue lock
literally
creators.
I literally finished mine this morning.
You did. Bunny glaze. Nah,
Um,
justifiable glaze.
We say
Nana
bunny
say
glaze, but we've
X.
barely seen anything of bunny.
And and yet still we glaze.
Still we glaze.
Hey, Bonnie's a
Yeah.
pro though. He's a pro.
Honestly,
Not all of
Nanase.
those are gonna be pros.
I'm sorry, but if anyone disagrees with me with the whole Nanase X Isagi chemical reaction, you're wrong. This is happening, like definitively. I can't
What
say
would be?
more about
What
it.
would?
Like, there's
Please tell me
yeah.
what would be the chemical reaction?
Yeah.
What would be the evolved play here?
Nanase uses his third leg to pass to Isagi.
Okay, I'm gonna mute Raven.
No, but it's specifically. I don't
You've
think
been
it's
put in
going to
timeout.
be Isagi evolving. I think it's going to be related to Nanase evolving.
So then, what's he gonna do? Oh my god, I realized I could be ambidextrous with my third leg. Raven, you were right. You called it.
I knew it. Yeah.
Because realistically, if Nanase isn't going to have like a major moment, what was the point of keeping him around?
To kick Nagi out. That's his entire
Knight-
narrative purpose. If
Knight
he was
is
named,
pissed
if
in the
Nanase was
chat.
named anything
Nanase
different, he would have been
Glaze.
booted.
Come on
Nanase,
now.
Nanase's name saved him. Nanase's
Nah,
Glaze saved. Yes, it
it's just a
did.
hater arrow.
His name saved. If Nanase was named anything other than NA something, he would have been gone.
God.
He would have been booted.
Arrow's
Hey,
becoming a generational hater. Hates
No, no,
Karaku,
100%.
hates Otoya,
That's a
hates
point
Shido,
from
now hates
I think
Nanase.
honestly,
Oh,
I think
no.
I hate Nanase. I think I hate Nanase more than I hate Karasu.
That's
Good.
that's massive.
What
And
the
I have
fuck?
spoken to Nanase's voice actor, and I love the dude. But I
Good.
fucking hate Nanase.
But yeah, no, Nanase.
Okay, I'm gonna ring up Nanase's voice actor real quick.
Yo, Travis,
Nanase
he's
Isagi
throwing
chemical
shade.
reaction.
Your character sucks.
Honestly, I think it's going to like be that moment, a Nanase Isagi chemical reaction, when Nanase enters flow for the first time.
And does what?
Nanase entering flow.
What's he gonna do? Suck harder?
What?
Like,
Like I said, the third leg.
What?
okay,
I just no, that was just a joke to piss off Arrow because I wanted to see his reaction. No,
No,
but no, I do think
I would
It's gonna
laugh
lead
so
to-
hard.
you guys give me a stroke.
I do think
Honestly.
it's gonna lead.
Look,
to
if Onyx
Nanase-
was here, he would always feed into this, like his life depended on
I hate you all.
it.
Serena's
Awesome.
somehow the only cool person because they're not engaging in the rage bait.
Well, it's because they're muted, so I assume they're doing something.
You also have to bear in mind, what did Serena agree with me on earlier about how Nanase should get the
Okay,
the
never
max
mind. Serena, you're with them. You sided.
out? Ser-
You sided against.
we're
You
against
sided against
Arrow.
me.
Look, we're bullying the top creator, so we yeah. Get
Steal,
some clout.
so we can steal his channel.
You steal his channel,
that's a
yeah.
good idea.
That's what I'm aiming for.
I already left it to Raven in my will.
Yeah, fair.
Aw.
Oh, so you're trying
It's
to give
'cause
him a
he- 'cause
heart
he-
attack.
he already knows I'm the most reliable in continuing his channel with the utmost quality.
No.
Here's the thing: as much as I piss off Arrow, we have very similar.
Opinions.
Yeah,
It-
cool. Nanase has the same talent as the #1 striker, but there is a drastic fucking difference because Nanase is ass.
Yeah, but he won't be
Yo,
ass forever.
this dude really said Nanase equal Noel now.
But
You know what? Fuck it. Fuck it. Why not? Fuck it. Let's scale
Welcome
him.
back, Serena.
Fuck it. Let's scale him.
yeah, I just came back to Noel Noah equals Nanase. What's going on?
No. Hey. Don't you disrespect Nanase. His name goes first. His
Okay,
name
sorry.
goes. His name-
Nanase equal Noel. No, honestly, I love Nanase more than Noel Noah, so I agree. It gets
Noel Noah's a
Hey.
fraud.
Yeah.
Noel Noah's a fraud. Fraud. Noel frauda. Noel
He
frauda.
is.
Serena made the famous video predicting Noel Noah's betrayal before anyone could foresee it.
Yeah.
Oh, you were the
I
person who
was a
did that?
Noel-
Yeah.
Yes, that was
Oh,
me. I
wow,
was a
fucking
Noel
hell.
Noah
Earlier.
hater
I don't listen.
way earlier. Yeah,
Serena,
I
was,
did say it, but
Serena
it's
got
okay.
famous for that. Ever since that chapter came out of Noel Noah betraying Isagi, everyone went back and said, "I'm sorry, Serena. I'm sorry. I'm sorry." Serena."
I'm sorry for doubting you.
It came
But yeah,
back to the comments
I
and
feel
everyone was
like
like, "Oh my gosh, I'm sorry," and I was like, "Yeah." I mean, I was a Noel hater before anyone else, so I'm always here to hate on him. So yeah.
I feel like Nanase and Isagi have to have a chemical reaction.
This is
Otherwise,
I'm seeing the
point of
comments.
Nanase
Please
being
forgive us. Keep cooking.
the whole Rin and Isagi start, I meant like that as a dual center forwards.
We weren't familiar with your game. I'm so sorry. This is hilarious.
Yeah, it made me
feel
laugh
like-
a lot when it came back.
So they're both centre forwards against Nigeria.
Yeah, I feel like versus Nigeria, they're going to start a dual center forward.
All right. Okay, that's self-explanatory. Gagamara plays out of goal, so assuming he doesn't play goalkeeper anymore for a match.
For a match, I believe that Gagamaru will actively play.
To be fair, that is a
um,
rogue one.
in a different position to goal and have Fukaku be the goalkeeper during that match.
That's a rogue one, to
'Cause-
be fair.
Prior to being a goalkeeper, he was a striker and he did score goal. It's not like he was one of the people who did nothing as a striker in the first selection. He did actively score goals.
Man did
Yeah,
score
he
a
did
goal
pretty
in the
well.
first
Who?
selection.
Who did?
Gagamara got that
Gagamara?
air in him.
Oh, okay, but like,
I'm not saying he's going to score in the fucking U20. It's just I believe that he's going to play out of goal in the U20 at one point.
you're telling me you want Gagamaru to play out a goal so bad you want to have Fukaku in the net? I can't make that trade. I'm sorry.
I never said I wanted this. I said I believe
This is a
it.
prediction of what would happen.
I don't want it.
Yeah.
To be fair, we make predictions that we don't even want to happen. We think. It's gonna
No,
happen
you
because
secretly
our
want it.
culture, right?
You know you secretly want it, really.
Yeah, I really want the Nanase X Isagi chemical reaction.
Nah,
Oh, I
not to say
want that.
over Noah.
No, I want that chemical reaction.
Yeah.
Fucking Nanase needs a moment.
Germany wins the World Cup.
No.
This is really.
Wait, that's my prediction.
contradictory.
Yes.
This is so contradictory to your middle point, which says bracket stage round 1, Germany versus Japan.
I
So
thought you
that
said
would
that-
imply that
clarify.
Germany wins that
Wait,
round.
yeah, I thought you said you beat them.
No, I did. I do want to clarify. I could see Japan winning, but I think it's going to be a big thing of Japan going out round 1.
Oh, I thought you were gonna put up. Well, if I'm wrong, at least I get one of them.
No.
Square number one,
Japan wins,
Isagi
Japan
scores a
loses.
goal. So number one, Isagi scores a hat trick. Number two, Isagi does not score a hat trick.
No,
Gotta cover all your bases.
It's like that flower game. Isagi starts, Isagi doesn't. Kira comes back, Kira doesn't. Like he just starts pulling the petals until he figures out what it is.
No, I do
a
actually
round 1
believe-
Japan elimination's wild.
Yeah, I know. That's
They
why
don't
I
even get to
specifically-
sigh.
It's also why I specifically made sure to put them in the same row. Because I was like, this means to get that specific row, it has to be a round 1 Japan elimination.
Oh,
And
so
I
you're
think that-
basically you're risking 2 for one thing. Like you're gonna get 2 for the price of 1
Have
if you
you
get
ever
it
played bingo with your life on the line?
right.
Like, it's literally.
Damn it!
so
I should have
like
called the
that.
video that. That's what I should have called my video that I uploaded.
It's not too late to change title.
But yeah, my next point, and this one's one that I think a lot of people might disagree with. I feel like this feels like it's going to happen in the Nigeria game. Both Isagi
things
and
are
Rin are
happening
going to
in
get a brace. I think they're both going to be for the most of the game, like the last 15 minutes, so not most of the game, but you know what I mean. They're going to be competing to try and get a hat trick, and I don't think either of them will. I mean, Isagi could get that hat trick, but I feel like it's going to be a moment of they both just score a brace.
Man, a lot
in
of
the
shit
same game.
happens in Nigeria.
I do have a lot of my
He-
predictions that are about.
Honestly, he's banking it all on the first game. He's gonna get a bingo first game in.
Go big or go home, you know?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Isagi
I am
starts on
staking
the
my
bench
life.
versus France group stage. That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't. This is a prediction I've made in Raito's stream. I don't think Isagi is going to play against France because I think Ego knows for a fact they're not winning against France. So I think the strategy is to have Isagi analyze France's plays, learn them so that in the bracket stage they can try and beat France. But I also don't believe they'll get a chance to play France because I think they're losing round 1. But that's also an insane prediction, in my opinion, to say they'll lose in round 1. Aiku stops Loki's goal. I do believe that at some point we're going to see Aiku awaken and completely prevent a Loki shot.
Okay. Okay, that's different.
Aiku's
Wait,
like the
Wait,
best
like
Japanese.
with help, like is Loki being pressed and he takes like a crappy shot and then Aiku just full on rushes in?
The goat.
No, I'm on about Aiku. Like Loki's about getting ready to make the shot, and Aiku full on fucking locks him down from it.
See, I can't see that. I don't know how Aiku's touching him.
We'll see. It may be just like an unstoppable force versus an impenetrable shield kind of moment.
Yeah, that's a
An
big moment
immovable
I'm
object.
thinking of. I feel like if the Italy game happens, because I feel like Italy might never even be a game in the U20 World Cup, but if Italy happens, Sendao will devour Barrow at some point and score from it. I feel like that's an undeniable fact.
Interesting.
Cannibalism.
What the fuck? The intrusive thoughts I'm sometimes too scared to say. You just fucking come out with them most of the time.
Yeah, I know what teeters on the edge of getting this video taken down.
Arrows.
Raven, this is for charity.
Someone says that.
I donated. Your point?
And if it gets taken down, we lose that.
Nah, I'd donate.
Nah, I'd bingo.
Sounds a little bit low.
What's up?
Someone says Lexio's sound is a little bit low.
That's just because that's how Lexio talks.
Do I just need to be louder?
Yeah, project your voice a bit.
Okay. I've never been told to be louder before.
I'll be honest. I think it's just them because you talk with like a fine volume on my end. Like I can hear you really clearly.
That's fine to me.
Usually I get told that I'm at like a decent pitch or to talk quieter because I'm overpowering everyone. So I'm like, it might be because
someone's fucking heart monitor's going.
I just plugged my laptop in. That was on me. I plugged my laptop in. My laptop was dying, so I had to plug it in.
Right. Eliminated players watching from home. Oh, Tokimitsu getting some screen time.
Do you remember that scene where we see Burū have the flash forward to him watching Isagi on his screen?
Yeah.
I feel like we're going to have something mirror that with other eliminated players like Okawa and fucking Igaguri especially.
So out of all characters, your first thought is Okawa, not any of the recently, not Naruhaya, not Tokimitsu, not Igaguri, Okawa.
No, this is my prediction. Okawa is part of the B3. Okawa is part of the big
to get eliminated.
My first thought was actually Igaguri. I just don't like Igaguri, and I didn't want to say him first, so I just said the next name to come to mind, which was Okawa. And there is reasons behind why Okawa came first. I
specifically want the fat guy on Kurina's team from the second selection.
Yeah, I could also what's it called? I could also see, like, obviously, as Aero said, Naruhaya would definitely see an Isagi goal. I think we're gonna see a flash to Naruhaya at home with as many siblings being like, fuck me.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah, do you not think we're going to see a really depressing moment of Naruhaya?
No, I don't think
I think he becomes the manager at McDonald's and he's watching from watching from his break room.
My God. Yeah, I feel like we'll get flashes to, like, I feel like the most likely ones are like Igaguri and Naruhaya. I could also see Okawa a lot because of Nico.
Okay.
I want Nico to get more prevalence in the story going forward.
I
is
also have to
just a
say
win.
this off topic. I know, sorry. Plummy YouTube said he's shocked that the NFL joined What I Hear streams. How the fuck does he do it? He's doing shit that I don't even reasonably understand how it's possible.
It's called having over 100,000 subs.
No, even before that.
I know. It was on trending. He was on trending at one point.
He's like, here's my confusion. All of his chapter review videos are hitting numbers that realistically they shouldn't be hitting in comparison to every other creator. Because the officials never do well. Yet his are hitting more subs than what he has doubled. Like, consistently. That to me doesn't make a lot of sense. And I'm like, what kind of black magic is he doing? And where can I learn some?
Well pushed though. Like it appears on my feed, and I hardly watch his stuff.
Unfortunately,
that's my question. Like, what's pushing it out?
Brain rot in order to be.
I don't get how he like
his numbers. So like, I don't know. It's because he has so many people on his streams, so many likes and stuff like that. It's gonna push out to more people in the same field.
If he already has like a general, like really big audience that's already watching him, likely like that shit just gets pushed out even more.
Yeah,
his consistent audience keeps watching him. But in any case,
it's also his style. Like in his streams, he likes to put music, and he talks fast and loud, and it's
I just don't get it.
His style, his style is very catered to like a younger audience.
Very brain rotty.
Yeah, it keeps them engaged, and to be fair, a lot of people on YouTube are very young people, so
it's a very commendable aspect. He has the Blue Lock YouTubing scheme down to a key.
So I need to stop saying fuck.
No, Hirio swears all the fucking time.
Yeah.
What the fuck, man? Share some with the rest of us.
My Burū scores more goals than Shido. This is just overall. It's not like an entire fucking just in one specific game. No, I think over the entire U20 World Cup, Burū will have more goals scored than Shido.
And that's his way of surpassing Shido.
That's good. That's good.
That is
like he should.
That is something I believe will happen because I believe Burū is a better striker than Shido. I believe Shido will get flashier goals than Burū. No denying that. But I believe Burū will get more.
Probably.
No, he devours
and then
onion scores.
Yeah, this one I just like fucking I tried to think of the most wild thing I could think of for like
a corner.
The Spain game. Because like obviously there's the obvious people thinking Saix Shido will be what takes out Bunny. Nagi devours Bunny. Simple as that.
I like the idea of Isagi x Shido chemical reaction.
I don't.
Alright.
But I don't like Shido.
Weirdo.
I really dislike Shido.
Bro doesn't even understand philosophy. Get an Amasu in there. Alright, well yeah. Bingo sheet overall, I'm gonna give it a 7.2 out.
I feel like either I'm gonna do really well or like nothing from this sheet.
Yeah, you kind of put all your money on black.
But to be fair, I feel like yours is very safe, and
no. Top rows are safe. Then you get to the bottom row, and it's like, all right.
I feel like a lot of them will get hit.
I feel like I've specifically lined it up so no specific line is likely to happen, but there is a chance that fucking wild things happen. Because that's something. Blue Lock makes no sense a lot of the time.
Yes.
Yes.
So I feel like the zero logic takes could save me here.
We'll see.
All right.
Yeah.
Chose some of these with zero thoughts.
We got a speed run. It took us 2 hours to go through 2 of them. So here's what we'll do. Yeah. Let's just not interrupt until the end. Let's have the person talking about the cards go through them, and then at the end we'll talk about what we don't like.
Yeah, that seems good.
Raven, since you're here, you're next. because you're thinking.
Favoritism.
Arrow, you've got mine now, aren't you?
Well, no, just because his thingy was the next on my list of.
No, I mean you've received mine.
Yeah, I have yours.
Yeah.
It was just next name wise.
Nah, favoritism.
Yeah, how'd you know?
Favoritism.
Favoritism.
Yep. Raven, I'm giving it to you. Go.
Okay. So for the first one on my bingo sheet, I think that Isagi and this one is very general. Isagi and Rin compete goals quite like how Kaiser and Isagi did. It's going to be like a competition. It's I specifically want it to be an established point, like they vocalize. That's what I bank on. So that could be either within the match itself or even before the game. That's a very general one. Gargamaro saves a penalty. Self-explanatory. I'm expecting a Kaiser crash out, presumably after losing against Japan, or maybe like something happens in which just ticks him off. In general, which is very like Kaiser. Next one, Japan loses the U20 World Cup in the finals. I feel like that's the most feasible one, and it sets the grounds for many more story changes going forward. Shido does some really gay shit.
That's very vague, given Shido. He just decided to flash everyone in the hallway in the latest episode of Nagi chapter. That's pretty gay.
We see him do some gay shit. I'm specifying really gay shit, and that's presumably when Sai comes back.
Okay. We'll have a vote on what counts as gay shit when it happens.
Yeah, of course. On the next row down, I have Agi works with the New Gen 11 England striker. So I'm not only specifying that Agi is going to be working with this New Gen 11 player, but also that it's going to be an England striker. Not a defender, not a midfielder. Isagi, a path beyond Metavision. Presumably discovering the beginning stages of whatever's beyond Metavision. So whatever that may be, whatever that may be called, whether it's Omnivision or not. We'll see. Rayo copies Nagi. I believe this is just a given. This should happen at some point. He's already copied Nagi, but I want him to specifically copy Nagi for a goal. I should have probably.
Yeah, I was gonna say what specifically does he copy from Nagi?
Just a copy a technique from Nagi in which Chigiri gets injured and benched. I don't necessarily think he's going to get an ACL tear. I think he's just going to get a general leg injury in which scare, and he's going to be subbed off and brought back against France. So I believe he's probably going to be out for a few games, or just one or two, and then comes back. Burū scores a hat trick. This could be in any game. But I also believe like Burū, in comparison to Rin and Isagi, are he's less likely to score a trick compared to Rin and Isagi. So I thought, why not? Hiyori links up with Shido. To be more specific, a chemical reaction. Because Hiyori on multiple occasions has been described as someone very similar to Sai. So there's benefit there. I have Bachelor does a solo run, kind of like Lexio said. I feel like this is also a game. I believe Sai Itoshi will have a trauma dump on opens up Isagi specifically.
Wait, for that match.
I really like that one. That one.
For that match,
Yeah.
Saying Battery just does a solo run just in general, or does he score it?
And does a solo run. It doesn't need to be a goal.
No goal, okay.
Trauma dump on Isagi. I believe like Sai is going to open up because Isagi's just thirst for knowledge, I guess. He would need all the knowledge necessary in order for him to understand someone like Bunny and to work with Sai in order to take him down. France beats BLUELOCK. I believe this seems quite general, but I want to specify this is within the qualifying table. I don't think second time round France will be beating BLUELOCK, but hey, I have it down for at least one of the next row down, Ego fired from the coach position. This will be inevitably after Japan loses the U20. Then I expect a Nagi and Rayo of chemical reaction, something in which both of them, of course, never took on before because they've always been so stagnant in their ways. But through their new accessible abilities and tactics, they are able to produce a chemical reaction in which rivals the New Gen 11 stage. Then the next one, I have Charles Evolution working with France New Gen 11. So I'm kind of predicting that France will have another striker as a New Gen 11. Maybe like an actual center forward where Loki is a winger. But this will be like what Loki was building up to. So Loki's taking everything in stages. Charles first works with BLUELOCK characters, then with France's New Gen 11, and then finally to cap it off, Charles at his peak will be working with Loki.
You don't think that France having another striker as their New Gen 11 is a little bit overpowered?
Nah. Because I also believe France in BLUELOCK for the first time. So I believe that makes it necessary, and because France seems like a very offensive team. They're not very defensive focused, even in real life. Then next one, Defenders Evolution against New Gen players. This is for anyone in defense to evolve against a New Gen 11 player from any country. Like they have to evolve in order to keep up with this unstoppable New Gen 11 force. And this is specifically defenders. Anyone specified to be in the defense position. Next up, I have Rin scores a penalty win. So this may be like they are at a draw. BLUELOCK is at a draw with another team, and they win penalty shootouts, or win just by a general last penalty given card. And on the row below, Henri becomes the new BLUELOCK coach. This will be after Ego Jinpachi is fired from his coach. And I believe he passes on the reins to Henri, specifically because the Japan Football Association Union have no one else to go for in terms of coaching BLUELOCK for a World Cup win, or just in general. So they go with that. This one's a really rogue one. A death occurs. A death occurs within this arc. Someone dies.
Okay. When you say someone dies, does it have to be like a prominent character, or can it be like a Big Moon situation?
Anyone.
Okay.
I think it's rogue enough for the fact that I'm predicting someone fucking dies. And this one's also really specific. I did this sort of scenario within my Isagi Manshine What If series of giving Nagi a new fire, and that fire was to be the protagonist of the world. I believe that is a really good fire for Nagi to claim in order to motivate him further. Because he talked a lot about being the protagonist of the world. Why not actually establish that like necessary goal in order to become the best? So it's less character specific, like him overtaking Isagi, him beating Rin, whatever. And it's more so, this is what I can do to get to the world stage. Then I have a little bit of a nice one, giving a lesser character some attention. Zantetsu evolves against Loki. I believe that man deserves some appreciation. Then in the bottom corner, I have Nanase does.
Wait, you cut out, but you said
in the bottom corner, I have Nanase does pretty much fuck all.
Lexio, you hear that?
I have lost respect for Raven on this day.
I say does pretty much fuck all because what I mean by that is that he doesn't do anything like highlight worthy. So I'm meaning like, yeah, he gets passes off him, but I don't think he gets any assists. I don't think he gets any reactions going. I don't think he causes any evolutions. I think he's just going to be there.
No GA.
Yep.
Disappointing.
I can't believe that you've successfully predicted the death of Isagi's parents.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh no! Oh my gosh! No, yeah, the main character.
I predicted the
no.
death of Isagi's parents. I predicted the death of Kaiser's father. He's going to die whilst watching Kaiser score on that.
You see a moment, they go into the final game, Isagi's parents are driving, car crash. Isagi loses his parents right before the last game.
Oh, bro, that's dark. That's dark.
That's dark.
And
how'd
then
you guys like my bingo list?
The plot twist happens. It was Ray Dark who caused the car crash.
Oh, I knew it.
Of course. That's actually a 6 story.
Ray Dark loves orphans.
It's dark.
He literally, to be fair, he's caused a car crash in Azuma 11. Now that he's in Blue Lock, why not cause another one?
I think my bingo sheet. There's some obvious ones, but there's some really rogue ones.
I was gonna ask, why? So you're saying that Henri takes over after Ego? Is that an appointment from the FA, or is that or is that like just her taking up from, or like Ego's the one that decides that? Because Ego can't decide that if he gets fired.
Well, it can happen in any way. I just want Henri to be relatively in the spotlight away from Ego. Yeah. So I believe she takes over as a coach. Maybe if Ego fails, he gets fired, or maybe if Ego realizes that he needs to be away from Blue Lock, as he's taught that they should or need to know. Yeah. And of course, with how much he's Henri along the way, Henri can withhold that sense of egoism, in which Ego actually, pleasantly enjoys. Henri's own fire, in which case.
No, we're gonna see
Ego get fired,
and then he's gonna be the one to die after he commits suicide.
Yeah.
Is she a coach, or is
no?
She's
manager. She's a manager, so she can become manager / coach, if anything. She has an extremely hard work, so I believe she's capable.
Okay.
So is it gonna be like Ego's gonna come back, or do you think he's gonna permanently be removed as like?
I believe Ego is going to likely, like in between the arcs, or maybe in between matches, I can see Isagi actually training with Ego 1-on-1.
Training? Oh.
Yeah, because we've never seen Ego's actual or professional player.
Yeah, that's sick. I'd love that.
Yeah. Because that may be his final teaching before he goes off the depths of what's to do.
But Ego has to be back for the
Not
actual.
Necessarily.
He doesn't have to come back at all after that point. That can literally be his final message to Blue Lock's ace. But then be like, all right, I've taught you everything. I've literally played against you to teach you the values of what you're facing up against as a former professional player myself. Now you go out there and make Japan win, kind of shit. But in any case, however you slice it, I would love Henri to get some time, like, in the spotlight and taken more seriously. I've always hated
like that as well.
Yeah, I've always hated the sexualization of her, just because she's just a pretty person to look at.
Yeah,
I want
and like
Henri
the
to have
general
a role,
treatment.
I want Henri to have a role of significance, vital importance, and actually to be a massive factor in Blue Lock winning the World Cup, because that's her dream as well.
Yeah.
What a shout from Lux, man. Episode Ego. Let's do it.
That would be epic. A prequel series.
That would be so sick.
Yeah, any other hot takes from Raven or takes from Ravens or predictions. Oh, yo, Stefix, thank you so much for the $2. France, Spain, Germany, Uruguay semis.
That's the prediction for the semi-finals. No Germany.
No Germany. That's
Fuck
feels...
Germany.
Brazil, Brazil, Germany.
Guys, I do have to go.
Yeah,
I've not eaten.
you're good. We're gonna cycle through a couple of these. We'll go through these a couple last ones quick because we've been here for 2 hours. So yeah, thank you guys for thank you Lexio for joining in. Oh, he's gone. Damn, that was fast. All right, just now there was 3. All right, now let's go on. We'll go here. We'll go through Serena. We'll go through Raito's, and then I'll just show the other ones on stream. Like this is
Serena did one.
Serena, did you do one?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I think Serena. I think you're next, unless
Serena just locked in.
Actually, Serena, I don't think I have your. I don't think I have your bingo sheet, so I'm gonna go to Raito.
Okay,
Did you send me? Did you send me your bingo sheet?
Yeah, I DM'd it to you.
Then I just did not save it. I am sorry.
Bro's.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. I got it. All right. So, Raito, we have your bingo sheet on screen. Feel free to go through and just explain your takes, and then we'll debate them at the end.
Yeah. No worries. So first one, Isagi hat trick, standard. I think Isagi's been chasing a hat trick, and he's evolving as a striker. Because at first you could argue that Isagi was not a striker, but I think now he's striving more to be a striker, striving to do less of the other work and do more of the, being a centre forward. So I think hat trick incoming in one of the games. Not sure which one, but in one of them.
Yeah, keep talking. I'll be right back real quick. I had to use the bathroom. So keep going.
Yeah, no worries.
I'll be back.
Kunigami knuckleball. So I think it's long overdue the return of the knuckleball. We saw it in the first selection, but since then we've never seen it again. And it's such a sick. It's actually such a sick goal, such a sick technique that I would really like to see him score a knuckleball at some point in this World Cup. And I think the moment that he does score a knuckleball will be the moment that, Kunigami's old self, like more of Kunigami's old self comes back to him. Because I do think like with his new training and him being the copy of Noel Noah, it's kind of taken away from that aspect of his game. That strength, that knuckleball, that long range shooting. We've not seen it since he's come back. So that's one I'd really like to see. I've got Isagi scores the 2-gun volley. I know Aero had Rayo copying Isagi's 2-gun volley, but I think 2-gun volley needs to make a return from Isagi just to show that, when he scored it, it was, something he made up. He made up on the spot, but now it's part of his arsenal. Because I think we did see, I'm pretty sure we saw him take a shot where his guns appeared again at some point.
It was the final goal of.
Yeah. So obviously the guns are part of his new aura now. But I'd really like to see the return of a two-gun volley. Even like maybe it's a variant, like it looks a little bit different. And then we're going to see an injury, but not Chigiri. I know, like, for most people, Chigiri is the one that's gonna end up getting injured. The flags are there. The flags are there, so it would be a very obvious choice. But for me, I do reckon we will see, and not necessarily someone on BLUELOCK's team, but we will see on screen or mentioned a player getting injured, and it's not going to be Chigiri. Whether Chigiri does get injured in the World Cup or not, it could still happen. But yeah, that one's just an injury specifically, not Chigiri. Then I've got Sendo clutch goal. So we've not seen Sendo. Well, we've seen Sendo score, and we've seen him score a clutch goal in the Manshine versus Ubers game, and I think that he's gonna play another clutch role in the World Cup. And I don't think it's gonna be him clearing the ball off the line again, because he's done that too many times now. But I'd like to see him score a clutch goal, either an equalizer or a winner for Japan. Then I've got Karasu wears the captain's armband. Now, this doesn't specifically mean Karasu will be the captain of Japan, but just in terms of maybe IQ gets subbed off, or IQ doesn't start, or maybe, I don't know, there's something that's happened in the game, a change, and Karasu, so the armband needs to be given to someone else. And Karasu, I think, is going to be one of the players that's going to be trusted with the armband through the World Cup. And it could just be for half a game or something like that. But I do think Karasu will wear the armband at some point. Then I've got Rin scores a free kick. So from my memory, I don't think we've seen a free kick be scored, a direct free kick be scored in Blue Lock.
Rin has.
Was that not the Olympic goal?
Second selection.
Oh yeah. Over Isagi's head, in it.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's probably where that thought came from. But yeah, Rin scores a free kick. I'd like to see more free kicks in Blue Lock. And I'd like to see more players actually take free kicks and miss. We've seen Rayo miss one, but I'd like to see more players take free kicks, more players miss. But I think Rin can score one. Another one that I do think can score a free kick would be Barrow as well. I think he's got really good shooting, and I think his shooting style also would lend itself well in free kicks. But my next one is a blue locker will get suspended. Now, this isn't a red card suspension, so they wouldn't get a red card, but they'll rack up a bunch of yellow cards and be suspended for the next match. So there's a rule where I don't know how many specifically in the U20 World Cup it is, but there's a rule where if you get 3 or 4 red cards, you have to be suspended for one match because of an accumulation of red cards. So I think there's going to be a blue locker who's going to accumulate enough red cards to be suspended for a match. And then similar to Aero, I've got opposition twins. So I think there's going to be a team that we play where on the opposition they have twins as well. And that's just a simple one. And then I've got Blue Lock penalty shootout. I think a lot of us do think that at some point we will have to go to a penalty shootout. So I've got that down on my bingo cards. Then I've got Hiyori 4+ assists. So I reckon through the World Cup, Hiyori will have more than 4 assists. 4 or more assists on his score sheet. And I know like Sai is gonna be involved in stuff, so Hiyori's game time might be limited. But I've got something for that later on as well. Then I've got Isagi get subbed out. Whether that be because he's having a poor game or because he's getting marked out of the game or simply because we need something different. But I think because we've got so many good forwards in this team, at some point Isagi will be surplus to requirements and will have to come off the field. And then after that, I've got Hiyori and Sai share the pitch. With this one, because I know a lot of people are under the mindset of, Hiyori, Sai, both similar players, both have the same strengths, so it'd be pointless to have both of them on the pitch at the same time. But I reckon it'd be nice to see them both on the pitch at the same time and even maybe link up at some point, since I do think that their vision is similar and obviously their skill sets are similar. But having both of them on the team together will be very, a very nice thing to have, a very strong, strong play by Ego if he chooses to do that. Then I've got Ness scores a goal. I think someone else had that as well. Maybe it was Lexio, but I've got Ness scores a goal. Just standard, and I didn't specify. I didn't specify against Japan because I don't think he scores against Japan personally. But I do think that in the tournament he'll score a goal, and it will be mentioned that he scores a goal. Then I've got Rio X Isagi chemical reaction. I don't know. I can't remember the last time these two interacted on, together. When in the U20 game, I don't think they even linked up one time in that game. But I would like to see what a link up between Rio and Isagi would look like, and a chemical reaction, whether that be Isagi assisting Rio or Rio assisting Isagi. I think that'd be quite cool. Then I've got Sai scores versus Spain. I think the Spain match will be Sai's grudge match, and I think he's gonna lock in for that. I'd like to see him, score a goal, because I do think that his beef with Bunny has something to do with striking. So it could be something to do with Bunny. Maybe is the reason why Sai stopped being a striker. Maybe they were rivals as strikers. But I do think that in this match, Sai might do something to score a goal on Bunny's team, to sort of get Bunny's attention. Because we don't know what Bunny actually feels about Sai. Bunny might be like Sai when it comes to Rin, where he doesn't really give a shit. But we'll see. Then I got Burū wins the game. So this is basically Burū will have a game-winning goal in one of the matches. And specifically because I think that there'll be a moment where BLUELOCK will be out of ideas, and Burū is the Joker card. And I think that Joker card's going to come in again. Not necessarily him coming off the bench. He might already be on the pitch. But I think Burū is going to surprise everyone and end up winning, scoring the winning goal for Japan in a match. Then I got Isagi getting man-marked. Just like how Lorenzo man-marked Kaiser in the Ubers match, I do think that Isagi at some point will get man-marked by a defender, where they'll recognize, he's a danger on that side, and they'll have a formula to try and stop him from either receiving the ball or creating plays or moving about, freely on the pitch. And I think it's going to be one of the things that he's going to have to overcome in this U20 World Cup, because the fame that BLUELOCK and specifically Isagi are receiving with this BLUELOCK project, I do think a lot of players coming into this World Cup will be looking at certain players like Isagi, Rin, and be thinking, you guys are getting all the spotlight. It's time to knock you down a peg. So yeah, that's Isagi getting man-marked. Then I've got Isagi X Rin chemical reaction. And this one, I feel specifically Isagi assisting Rin for a goal. That's what I want to see. I want to see Isagi assisting Rin for a goal. Obviously, these guys have good link-up play. They understand each other well. They play together well. I don't know what their dynamic is going to be from here on, but I'd like to see them link up for a goal. Then I've got Loki X Charles chemical reaction. that's just an obvious one. I don't think much needs to be said about that one. And then I've got Blue Lock concede a penalty. Now I think that at some point in a match, someone is going to give away a penalty. Now, I rushed this a little bit because originally, and I think this is a change I need to make, but rather than just anyone giving away the penalty, I was going to say that it will be Nico, the one to give away the penalty for Blue Lock. So I think Nico's gonna be rash at some point, maybe get in over his head, or maybe jump the gun a little bit, or maybe even be baited in, and he's going to give away a penalty against Blue Lock. And then I've got IQ goal line clearance. Obviously, I think we're going to see a goal line clearance, and I think the most likely one to do that, apart from Sendo, would be IQ. Then I've got IQ scores. I would like to see a corner kick being scored in Blue Lock, because I think that will be the first time we've seen a corner get scored. And I'd like specifically for IQ to rise above the rest and score a header, or even just like the ball falls to him and he takes a shot, because he used to be a striker. So I do think that IQ will score at some point during this World Cup. So I've got IQ scores. Then I've got Isagi and Rin start on the bench. So there will be a match where both Isagi and Rin will not be starters. Whether that's because the match is going to be easy, whether that's because they're on some kind of timeout, I don't know. But I do think there'll be a match where there'll be a different set of strikers on the pitch, and Isagi and Rin will have to watch from the sidelines. And then I've got Blue Lock Japan wins the U20 World Cup, which I know is controversial because I do feel a lot of people have the opposite, where Blue Lock will be the losers of the World Cup. And I understand that take as well, and I think that would be great for the progression of the story as well. So I don't mind either way, but originally I always thought it was Blue Lock would win. I have heard other people's takes, and that has changed my mind slightly. But with this one, I'm going to stick with my original thought of Blue Lock. Japan wins the U20 World Cup. And yeah, that's my card.
All right. So, are there any specific takes here that you guys disagree with or want to discuss? Because the one that sticks out to me, that I'll say, is that IQ scoring. I get the passion and I get the coolness of it, but I don't think IQ being a striker is inherently something that's going to continue, right? The main reason we saw it in the former U20 game is because IQ was a brand new introduced character, by the way, and they just highlighted he was a former striker, and this was an opening that none of them could predict, especially with how Rain was locking down Shido. They had no other option. So having IQ come up was that unpredictability that IQ with Metavision, by the way, he just awakened it, could see and move into that kind of position. But going into the U20 World Cup, they're not going to have the liberty to make those kinds of decisions because IQ is their by far best defender. Pulling your best defender up to the offensive line to possibly score a goal when his scoring ability is, in my opinion, even worse than like Kunigami, doesn't make sense. They did it in the U20 game against Blue Lock because it was against Blue Lock, a team of all strikers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it should happen, and I don't think it will.
So my thing with that is that we see defenders score goals all the time in real life, and that's mainly in set piece situations, so free kicks, and in corner situations. And
but you said here he was going to score a header, right? Why would IQ of all people be up that far?
For a corner,
Still,
so,
your defensive line shouldn't be up to the goal.
No, yeah. So corners, your centre backs normally go into the box for a corner.
I've never played a game of soccer where they do that.
Yeah.
They push up. We pushed up to when I played, we pushed up to about half field. That's about it.
No, look, a lot of teams put their centre backs, because mainly they're the biggest players, put their centre backs in the box for a corner.
Oh, so it depends on like the size and the physique and the scaling of those characters.
Yeah, it's like a Nico wouldn't be like if Nico
Obviously, but we have Kunigami, Bado, Shido. They're physically strong. We don't need Aiku there.
But you put as many as you can in there. Like that's just a normal football tactic. It's a normal football tactic. In a corner, you put like as many of your biggest players, including your centre backs, into the box. Like it's not that's not a weird thing. That's not a nuanced thing, a wild thing. It's perfectly normal in football.
I don't see it happening.
I'm pretty sure IQ was in the box when Sai took the corner as well in a U20 game. And it's a normal occurrence in football.
IQ ran up there. But it also led
but the corner the corner that Sai took, IQ was in the box for that one. And that's because that's just normal. Like that's how it, like pretty much every team does it.
I don't know. I don't see them doing that. I don't think it just doesn't seem smart in my opinion.
Yeah, no, it's a normal thing in football. It's a normal thing in football. So that's why I do think IQ will get a goal at some point.
All right, so anyone else have anything specifically you all want to?
For me, I think the only thing that I disagree with is Karasu wearing the captain's armband.
Why?
Why would he? He's not fit.
Why?
Mr. Hold him back, Karasu.
Karasu would be a sick.
I'll hold him off.
I'll hold him back. Proceeds to not hold them off. Gets beat. Gets beat in 2 seconds. And he got beat.
Yeah, I mean, everyone gets beat against Saya, you know. But yeah,
I just don't see it happening. I'm not thinking it would be a bad option. I just don't see it happening.
Why though? Personally. Why Karasu?
Because he's got qualities of a captain.
No, he does not.
He literally does.
Name his qualities.
You think he'd get picked over Aiku though?
He's a leader, first of all.
No, he's not.
He is. He's got the meta vision.
He does. So does Isagi and Hiyori and Ryo.
He's a good communicator. Plus, he can.
Mr. Hold him back. Mr. Hold him back. That's not a good communicator. All he said was move back, which that's not even a good communicator. He's saying obvious bullshit.
That's not the only time, but yeah,
yes, it is.
Level-headed player, doesn't get flustered. So yeah, he's got great leadership qualities. He would make a great captain.
No, he wouldn't. I'll die on that hill.
He's
Karasu should not be
of his team, no.
No, he's not. A PXG?
No, not PXG. There's no captain on PXG.
I know. That's why I'm confused.
I'm talking about his prefecture.
Was he? I don't think he was.
I don't think he'd be a bad captain. I just don't think it's gonna be him.
No, I'm not saying he's gonna be the main captain. I reckon IQ's gonna be main captain, but I do think he's gonna wear it.
I don't think so.
Like,
no,
I'm not gonna deny like Karasu may be top to hold the reins as captain, but do I think that he will ever be captain during this time?
Yeah, I don't think so.
But you cut out. Did you say no?
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think he will. That's just so. But commendable for risking
it. Yeah, we'll see, guys. When I get all mine right,
then you'll have to let us laugh.
I'll come back
and laugh at us.
Hey, I'm looking. Karasu wasn't captain.
Yeah, that's fair, but he's got great captain qualities.
If he does, so does Hiyori, and I'd rather have Hiyori.
No. No.
What makes him a better captain? because he can scream,
Like I
"Hold,
told
I'm gonna,"
you,
because he can scream, "I'm get back."
like I told you, his communication, his leadership, he doesn't get flustered.
What leadership?
What do you mean? What lead? Come on, Arrow. You're telling
You
me
can't say he communicates as being evidence of leadership and being a leader to evidence of
it's
communication.
one of the main things that anyone looks for in a captain.
That's not a fucking reason. Give me
It is.
evidence that makes him a good captain. What has he done in game?
Oh my days. His leadership, he gives instructions, he speaks to the referee, another captain trait. Another captain
Motherfucker. So he complains when Ring gets hit in the face. Yeah, that's totally.
Yeah, but that's something that a captain does. That's something that a captain does. That's a captain trait. He literally communicates. He organizes people. So like when with these plays with Otoya, you think Otoya coordinates that? No.
Hiyori's a playmaker.
It's all Karasu. No, no, bro. I'm talking about coordinating the play. I'm talking about coordinating. Hiyori's been
Is a
shown
playmaker. A
do
play
what-
coordinator and a playmaker are the same damn thing.
No. But Hiyori doesn't. We've not seen Hiyori play make. What he does is he says, "You do something, and I'll respond." It's only
No, he makes plays. He opens up opportunities for people. No different than what he did what Sai did for Sendo. No different.
Hiyori over Karasu being captain. Nah.
I'd rather have Hiyori.
You would, but an actual
I
coach,
would.
A real coach wouldn't.
Yeah, they'd have IQ way more than they'd have Karasu all the time.
Of
Karasu,
course,
they'd have Karasu below Rin or Baro or Isagi.
No, they wouldn't have Karasu below a Rin. Maybe Baro, but not a Rin.
Rin would be captain purely on him being the best blue locker. Baro would be picked because of his ability to act as the leader.
In real life,
he's a leader. Baro's a leader.
In real life,
Baro is a leader.
Captain's a pick.
This ain't real life. This is blue lock.
Okay, but you don't know how
not everything translates
in blue lock either.
All right, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll
if
see.
Karasu's captain, I drop.
We'll see.
If Karasu's captain, I drop. Anyways, do you have anything else for Raito's bingo sheet, or we moving on to Serena's? My dog will not shut up. All right, we're moving on to Serena's, and then we'll probably I'll show everyone else's, and then we'll probably end the stream just because I have a bunch of crap I gotta do. And I didn't expect this to take almost 3 hours to get through 4 people's. All right, Serena, all yours. Hold on, I'm gonna go yell at my dog. Go ahead.
Okay, let me just pull mine up. So my first take is that Izuki gets a hat trick. I know a lot of people had that on theirs. The reason why I did this is because I feel like narrative wise it just makes sense. Like each arc Izuki gets better and better. So I feel like him getting a hat trick in the World Cup is just kind of like something that's narratively being built up and stuff. So that's why I did that one. 2 new Gen 11s on one team. I like the idea of it being twins, but I just specifically went with the general idea that a team will have 2 new Gen 11s. Kind of self-explanatory. We get Shido's backstory. I feel like Shido's one of the like main characters that we still know absolutely nothing about. So I feel like if there was going to be an opportunity to finally get his backstory, it would be during the World Cup. So I feel like we are going to finally get to know more about him as a character and get his backstory. Next, a blue lock player, not Chigiri, is going to get an injury. So
Jeez.
I feel like what?
I said, "Jeez."
Sorry. Oh, yes. Because I feel like, an injury, I feel like for sure an injury is going to happen. And of course, most people are set on it being Chigiri. But I, for one, just don't see it happen. We had a whole thing earlier talking about it. I just think it would be like poor writing. And all that stuff, I do think.
Something? Me and you
Yes, go
think
ahead.
so alike. We had Isagi hat trick in our first box, and someone getting injured, not Chigiri, in our fourth
Yes.
box.
I didn't even see yours. So yeah, this was just purely us thinking the exact same way. Yeah. So I definitely think an injury is gonna happen. we'll see who it's gonna be. I actually have a BLUELOCK player quitting the U20 Japan team. I think, yeah, I just feel like someone might quit. I don't think it's going to be like a super relevant character because I do feel like someone's going to decide to quit and then potentially an eliminated player gets to come back. That was kind of my thought process. So I have that there. I have Rin unlocks a new eye ability, Geniuses Only. So, before the PXG versus Bastion match, I was really convinced that Rin was going to get Metavision. But then, of course, when the whole Geniuses versus Talented Learners thing came, it's kind of like, okay, Metavision is like a talented learner ability. So I think Rin is going to kind of get the equivalent of like a Metavision ability or some kind of ability, but it's only going to be accessed by geniuses. It's basically my thought process. Next, I have goalies get main focus for a match. We haven't really gone in any
Mm.
focus on the goalies. And I feel like just like during like the U20 when the introduction of IQ came and we got a lot more emphasis on defenders, I feel like for one of the matches that's going to happen to the goalies and we'll kind of get into like Gagamaru's backstory and him having to evolve. And then I feel like we'll get a lot more emphasis on the goalies finally. Next, I have Sai and Rin become on good terms. I feel like their storyline is gonna, be a big part of this arc as well. And this is the first time that they're gonna finally be playing together. So I feel like both of them are gonna very much have to like confront the things about their relationship as brothers and all that stuff. And I feel like the arc's gonna finally end with them being on good terms. Because I feel like specifically when Sai faces his demons with like Bunny and all that stuff, I feel like he'll finally be like healed and in a good place. And I feel like him and Rin will finally be on good terms again, basically. Um, Next, I have a player will be the son of a pro player. So basically, it's the idea. So it specifically has to be stated that like one of the players on another team, they are like basically the son of a pro player, and it's kind of like a nepo baby player. Basically, was my idea. Next we got Burū gets a yellow card again. This is kind of more like a comedic moment, kind of like a callback to the U20. I think he'll like take his shirt off again and get a yellow card. So that's just more of like a comedic moment. I just think they'll do a callback to the U20 Japan match. Um, Sai joins the arc earlier than Spain. I just can't see Sai being out of the arc for such a long time because it's going to be a really long time until we get to the Spain match. So I feel like Sai is yeah, he's just going to join earlier than Spain was basically my idea. Wild card flashback. I know people are kind of over wild card, but I feel like if Kumagami gets any emphasis, we'll at least get a flashback to wild card was my idea. Like I don't think it's going to be like this whole big thing, but I think we'll at least get a flash to like a bit of wild card. Um Next, we have Izaki gets subbed off due to tiredness. I had Izaki get subbed off, but I thought that was too vague. And then I saw everyone had Izaki get subbed off. But I thought I had to be more specific. So I said due to tiredness because, like, a big emphasis in each of the arcs is Izuki's physicality and all that stuff. And I feel like he's obviously in the NEL, he's worked on it a lot, but I still feel like it's going to come back to bite him and he'll just have to get subbed off for a bit due to tiredness. Next week, I have Chigiri doesn't hurt his leg, and I feel like as the certified Chigiri glazer, I just had to put this one in there because obviously I'm playing the long game because I literally have to wait until the entire arc is finished before I could get this one. But yeah, I talked about it earlier, but yeah, I just think it'd be lazy writing to just make him hurt his leg again and, have him pulled off from the team and all that stuff. So that's why I put that there. I kind of do want to make like a whole video breaking down my thought process with that. But yeah, I don't think he's going to hurt his leg. So I have that one. I have Shido gets a red card because I do think that someone's going to get a red card. And I feel like if it would be anyone, it would be Shido to get a red card. So I have that. I have, yeah. Oh, did you want to say something?
No. I was just saying okay.
Yeah, I feel like if it would be anyone, it'd be Shido. And then next, I have Nagi in starting lineup by match 2. I feel like, I feel like in the first match we won't see him play, but I feel like by the second match he'll be on the starting lineup. Next, I have Rayo copies the ability of a new Gen 11. That one's pretty self-explanatory. It would specifically be like whatever ability the new Gen 11 has. I think Rayo's going to copy it. Next, I have Hiyori scores a winning goal. And the reason for this is that Hiyori's been set up as like a Sayatoshi type character where, yes, he's a midfielder, but he has the ability to score. And Hiyori missed his goal in the Ubers match. So I feel like they'll do a callback to that. And Hiyori will try to score again. And this time he'll do a winning goal. Next, I have Ego cries. I don't know. I don't know why. I just feel like at some point we'll see him cry. I don't know. Whether it's over happiness or sadness, I don't know. But I think at some point we'll see him cry. U20 Japan team gets huge sponsorship. So basically it has to be specifically stated that they're getting like some kind of big brand deal or sponsorship. I feel like that will happen. Penalty kick wins a match. This could be by any character, but I feel like at some point it's going to happen. I feel like we'll also get a new member to the management team. I feel like for the longest time it's just been Ego and Henri. So I do feel like they're going to kind of like add a new character to kind of just add like a freshness for the arc and like a new perspective to the management team. I feel like someone will get added. Henri gets mad at Ego. This is kind of just for my own satisfaction. I don't like the way Ego treats Henri, so I just want her to kind of crash out at him and get real mad at him. Next, I have a BLUELOCK player unlocks Metavision. Basically, yeah, I just don't think the amount of players that have been revealed to have Metavision is good. Like in the NEL is solid. So I feel like at least one more player at some point in the arc is going to get revealed to have Metavision. And then my last one is Rin scores a goal with an assist from Sai. So I feel like this kind of plays into them becoming on better terms again. I feel like at some point Sai will like recognize his brother and give him an assist, and then Rin will get a goal from his brother. And yeah, that's my bingo. Any thoughts, feelings? Do we love? Do we hate?
That Ego crying one.
All of it sucks.
Crying one. So I'm so interested to like see what would the story behind that be, as well as.
I mean, I guess if they win the World Cup, then I could see Ego crying over that.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah, that was kind of like one of the first things that popped into my head. I was like, if they do win, then for sure I could see Ego crying.
One. I don't think he'll cry. One small tear. I think will like. Kind of like what Isagi did when he celebrated. No, it's Isagi when he celebrated his goal in the U20 game. Like he'll like pump his fist. Ego will pump his fist, and then you'll see like one like happy tear, but it won't like be
a full on sob. Yeah,
I really like the thought of a player quitting though. I like the thought.
Yeah,
does Nagi count?
I think that'd be really interesting. Does Nagi count?
Yeah, I mean he kind of. If he doesn't come back, if he doesn't come back, does he technically quit?
Nah, because he wasn't in it.
No, it's only like whoever the official 26 players is. If one of them quit, then I'm counting that, basically.
So, question. When you say BLUELOCK player unlocks a Metavision, do you mean a character who has not been hinted at or subconsciously used it? Do you mean a character who has just not been seen at all using any kind of thing relative to it? Because like you have like Sai. Sai isn't confirmed for Metavision, but he's been hinted at towards it heavily. Does he count as awakening Metavision?
Oh, good question.
And like, how does that apply to like someone like Rayo, who doesn't really know he's using it, but used it?
I mean, I think when I say BLUELOCK player, because I wasn't even thinking about Sai. I think it specifically has to be stated like, okay, this person has unlocked Metavision. They are using Metavision. But
or like has
Rayo
the eye
been confirmed to have Metavision. Yeah, has that because hasn't Rayo been confirmed to have Metavision?
Well, he's not. He's doing it subconsciously. He doesn't know what he's doing. Like Isagi knows what Metavision is. Nico before when he stopped Isagi, he was using Metavision subconsciously. We saw it in his eye, but he didn't know what it was until Isagi explained it to him. Does the character using the ability have to know what they're doing, or do we just have to have the exposition as to what they're doing? Like, if Ryo uses Metavision again without knowing what he's doing, does that technically count as him unlocking Metavision, or like, does he have to be fully aware of it to like count?
No, what I'm counting it's a player that we haven't seen use Metavision at all yet. That's what I'm counting it as. So someone like Ryo, even though he's subconsciously using it,
Got it.
we've seen his Metavision, so I wouldn't count him.
So it does come down to seeing it in their eye. So like the eye design, like that grid. Okay.
Yeah.
Like so Sai has been hinted at, but we haven't seen him have the eye. As soon as we see it, that counts.
Yeah, I would
Got
count that
Okay.
because
All right. I saw someone say this in chat because I thought it was funny. Have Ryo's butler Baya have her join the Blue Lock management team.
Ooh.
Oh, I'd be into that. I
Raven,
mean,
what do you think?
This is just like another
No,
side
You,
thing.
you're a Baya glazer because we all know we all know you glazer.
Most definitely, yeah.
Oh yeah, see? It's okay.
I've only been known for my buying glazing. Like, my YouTube channel just
Raven, I will give you $20 on your next video if you make a Baya glazing video. If your video is Baya glaze, it's gotta be 8 minutes. 8 minutes, I'll send you $20 super chat.
You sound like an April Fool's joke.
You can specify in the video, I'm doing this for $20.
No one's gonna take me seriously ever again.
Then you'll see me send you the $20 and you can pin it. Got it.
But then if Bion does join the management team, then you could be like,
then I get money.
I called it. I called it.
Yeah.
I have a total bragging rights.
I was gonna ask.
I believed in her from the start.
I was gonna ask, do you have an idea of which team will have 2 new Gen 11s on their roster?
I don't know. My gut was England, but I don't really have a specific team in mind. I don't know. Something
Brazil.
tells me it's England. Brazil would be a good one. But yeah, I didn't have a specific team in mind.
Could be cool to have dribblers of 2 different styles.
Yeah, that'd be sick. But I think for me, the most likely, if it was that wouldn't even work either. France.
Wait.
That wouldn't either.
Yeah, no, France. But there's another thing I wanted to add.
I'm not sure. Because I don't think every country that has a new Gen 11 is it? Question mark.
What'd you say?
Every country what? Sorry?
Every country that has a new Gen 11 was.
Well, you cut out. You cut out.
Oh well, I don't know what this fucking microphone wants from me. Does it want my money? Does it want my money?
You keep cutting off at the very specific part where you're trying to say what you're trying to say.
Okay, I'm gonna shout it. Has every country been announced like in the chapter, announcing the World Cup? Hasn't all those countries got a guaranteed new Gen 11?
It's not been confirmed for it. So here's the thing.
Oh, this
is the thing. This is the thing. So people speculate that based on we see 11 flags and the statement of a new Gen 11 was made after. However, the context in which we see the 11 flags refers to dialogue that would be on essentially the previous page, talking about just the World Cup in general. Like, the flags circling the globe are supposed to be representative of the World Cup. The new Gen 11 statement is added after. We don't have confirmation. We can say that just because the new Gen 11s who we do have are confirmed for 4 of the 11 flags that were on there, but again, we don't know.
Yeah.
It's like side with Metavision. You can speculate on it, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, I think it'd be a good guess to say the flags that we did see will be where the representatives come from.
Here's my question. I would be worried. Do you think by the end of the series, we're gonna see every new generation 11. How many games are there in the World Cup? Right, Raven.
Well,
going into this World Cup, how many games are there going to be?
Well, if they're going to do a round of 64, it's going to be the same amount. But I feel like that's the reasonable route. They're going to do another round of 64, so it's going to be that amount of matches again.
Well, they're only taking 2 of them, 2 from the group stage. So you're essentially dividing your total in half, right? So that's 3 games. How many more? How many games until you get to the end of the world? How many games are in the World Cup? 8? Someone said 8?
Round of 64, 30, so 32, 16, 8, 4, 2. That is 7.
7 games. Okay. So there's 7 games, right? Well, we have 10 total because we have the 3 against France, but that also doesn't count for duplicates. Like, what if Japan versus France again?
Yeah.
We're getting France and England, so those are 2 new Gen 11s, assuming the flags are correct. That puts us at what? That puts us at like 6 new gens. Are we gonna have Japan face off against every country that also has a new gen?
I don't think
I don't think they'll face off every
I don't
single
believe
one,
so.
but I think we'll know them all.
But the thing is,
that
will we see?
We're going to see other matches from certain other teams playing.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Will we see will Japan or I'll say this. You can say what you want. I think it would be cool for Isagi, just out of a show of respect, if he went to go watch a Germany game to see Kaiser and Ness. Because despite what people think, I think Isagi has a respect for Kaiser. They have a rivalry, but I think they do he does have a respect for Kaiser to a certain degree.
I mean, if he did look up to him in terms of his ideal moves, then I would also say this.
But also, I would say Kaiser, honestly, in my mind, I would say Kaiser is just as big of a rival to him as Rin is. So I don't know why he wouldn't want to watch a German game. And I feel like it'd be cool to show Kaiser and Ness versus another country that also has a new Gen 11. Give us exposition for new gens without having the BLUELOCK have to play them. Show Kaiser versus that new gen.
I think
right?
For sure, yeah, because it's 11, and that's just way too much to deal with. So I think for sure the author is gonna do it like that, show other matches and show the other new Gen 11s, and maybe they'll hype up Kaiser by having him completely demolish a new Gen 11 and to hype him up.
Even more than that, I'll say this: I would be totally okay if Germany and Japan never face each other, if Bunny and Kaiser face off.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Spain and Germany, Kaiser and Bunny. I think that'd be cool as hell.
I think that would be feasible during this World Cup because we've seen Kaiser so much. We may not actually get a BLUELOCK versus Germany.
Because I think it will provide a relative scale to each other. Because they're U20s, right? But they're at the professional U20 level. They're not just a U20 club. These guys are a step above now, class wise. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah.
U20 representative players are typically a step above normal U20 club players, on average.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people scale Bunny up. I'm one of the people who scaled Bunny up. I feel like this is a good way to either scale Kaiser up and kind of level the playing field, or scale Bunny down to kind of even out the new Gen 11 skill bar.
I don't know. I do feel like scaling Bunny up isn't a bad thing. I think from what we've seen and what we've shown, because I don't think I don't think Kaiser's been established as a pro yet, has he?
Kind of. There was some dialogue, I think, in 2.0.
Okay, I mean, if Kaiser has played pro
2.05,
matches,
I think.
Yeah, if Kaiser has played pro matches, then you sort of have to put him on the same level as Bunny.
207. Kaiser says, I've crushed naive rookies, B-list veterans, fading superstars. You could even say that crushing their lives was my sole source of joy.
Okay.
But that's
it's basically everyone who had a path to success or maybe was a kind of a fraud.
Yeah,
or
he
people who
crushes them before they could even get close to him, basically.
Honestly,
before they even
the
reach the
fading superstars. that implies someone that's been a superstar, no?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it could also be they could also be older.
No, it's fading
Yeah.
superstar. So before they get past the U20 wall and actually compete, he
Yeah, it
crushes
could be
them
like they were
personally.
superstars
Yeah.
in
Like Nagi.
like a smaller teams. Yeah.
They could be like Nagi, what he did. He was considered a
Right.
superstar with his goal, but something like that.
Okay, so we don't actually know if he's played a pro game yet, a pro match yet. Has he played alongside Noah specifically?
He says this team belongs to Noah. No matter how much I struggle, the team is centered around him. And in my current state, I can't become the world's best striker. So I came to this league to help improve my brand, and the clown I found to help with that has grown beyond my expectations. If I can take down Isagi, then my name will resound throughout the world.
Still unclear. That's still unclear because my only thing is we know that Sai hasn't yet played a pro match because of restrictions, but we know that Bunny has played pro matches and has a pretty good output as well.
Kaiser does also say, I came here that I could surpass Noah. Right now, Badminton's top team is a core centered around Noah. Shoving aside Noah, considered to be the world's strongest forward, and sealing the spot of ace striker was completely impossible in that team structure. So I came here to get an offer from a better club and crush Badminton another way. So some people can take that and interpret that as Kaiser just wasn't good enough to be on the level, or he was and just refused to join the main team level. Which even then, I feel like he could still get a bid in that circumstance, but at the same time, I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's not to say that Kaiser's worse or anything, but I think we have to look at the experience that Bunny obviously has actually playing pro football, and you just have to put him above everyone else that hasn't yet garnered that experience, and that includes Sai.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. I think that's... What's up? Hello?
Yeah, go. Sorry. I saw a comment. It's scrolled now. It's gone. I can't see it no more.
But yeah, we'll just go through the last of the people's predictions and stuff, just because we gotta... we've been here for 3 hours. Akira's predictions. He said, Raito scores the opening goal. He says, all the blue lockers will score at least once. Isagi's player escort will be the kid who he shook hands with. That'd be fucking adorable.
Oh, that's cute. That's cute as hell.
Cute.
Bunny gets destroyer flow. We'll see eliminated members, Blue Lock members in the stands. Oka will wear his Nico jersey. Nico will lay an offside trap for someone. Sendo will stop the Kaiser impact. Loki and Charles will haul in 4+ goals. Sai and Rin together will win the Spain match. He says Kuni brace 1 for each leg. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Votto wins against a new generation 11 physically, probably against Lorenzo, honestly. Bunny hat trick. Aika will be the U20 captain. Isagi will score a hat trick. Kaiser ties in goals with Isagi in the German game. Shigiri beats Loki in speed 1-on-1. Nagi and Kiora chemical reaction. Final goal against England, so me and Akira have the same prediction on that. Aryu beats Agi in an aerial battle. Be interesting. Sendo gets Predator Eye, so we have another prediction there. Gagamaru for a penalty shootout. Isagi gets injured or benched. Rin beats Loki in a 1-on-1. Yukimiya gets temporarily loses his vision and gets benched. Shido gets a backstory in a quarterfinals, and Igaguri stops Loki, or Ryo copies his militia. These are very interesting.
Probably the biggest one that stands out to me is Sendo stops the Kaiser impact. That'd be crazy.
Yeah. That would be insane, honestly. I don't know how he would be able to do that. Unless he blocks it with his body, he just dies.
He's the death.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He's the death. Yeah, those are his predictions. I wonder how those will turn out when we get to this. So this next one is from Lessons from Anime. Here is his. So he said, Rain will score against Nigeria. He'll say Baro scores against England. Loki will get a hat trick against Japan. Bunny will score 2 goals against Japan. Sai doesn't score against Spain. Chigri will get injured in the game against England. Kunigami will score twice in one game. England fans will insult Isagi. Aiku is captain. Aki scores versus Japan. England's new Gen 11 is a goalkeeper. Green scores versus Spain. Bacheta's mom finally returns. I'm pretty sure he put up an image of Narahaya's sister there, which I think is funny. Gagamaru will save a penalty shot. Kaiser will get an off-screen hat trick. Loki will remind Isagi about what he said. Isagi will score against Spain. Kira will be in the Baratsu the 3, unfortunately. Shido will get benched. A French New Generation 11 is a defender. An England player says mate. There will be
That's unfair.
There will be a page dedicated to England fans chanting. So a full page will be dedicated to an England player chant. Isagi disagrees with Ego's decision. Green refuses to pass because he's being edgy, and Rail will score the first goal. Some of these are unique. I like the mention of like the page dedicated to England fans chanting. That's like the entire thing there in Europe, isn't it? Just chanting fans.
England players saying mate.
Saying mate. My question is, do you think they're all gonna have the Mikage buds?
I think so, yeah. Because
Yeah, I
Mikage
think so.
sponsors the
Hold on, I forgot who it was. I think it was Akira. Serena, you mentioned a sponsorship, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Who did you say? Did you have an idea of who was going to sponsor them?
No, I didn't say something specifically. My main thing, it has to be declared like, okay, this whatever brand or whatever thing this is sponsoring the team. Basically, would be for me to get that box.
But didn't they mention Mikage is sponsoring the U20
No.
World Cup?
No, they didn't mention anything on that.
I swear, go back to that the Henri presentation.
I can't remember if they specifically said sponsoring, but I know they said they were testing the earbuds for the Neo Egoist League because they want to
It was more like
eventually
an
put it out for full
endorsement.
production.
Yeah, I'll have to reread that chapter because I do feel there's a mention of the Mikage in the recent chapter where Henri was announcing the U20 World Cup being played in Japan.
And in that case, like they were sponsoring like the whole league. Like mine would specifically be like they're just sponsoring like Japan. Like it's a Japan sponsorship.
Yeah, these ones are interesting though. I like these ones.
The mate one is really funny.
Sorry, who's this? Whose bingo card is this?
This is Lessons with Anime.
Okay, is he English?
I believe so. I actually haven't heard his voice before. Raven, do you know who Lessons?
Yeah, he is.
Okay, yeah, makes sense. There's so much England stuff in there.
Yeah. And then
I do believe an England player saying the word mate is a cop out.
It is, yeah.
It is a cop out, but I think it's really funny.
It is really funny.
All right, here we go. We have Sizzle's bingo card here. Sizzle says, Kaiser and Rin will settle who is the least human of the two for good. Fukaku will sub in against France. Isagi will get subbed out in the first match. BLUELOCK TV will secure exclusive streaming rights for the U20 World Cup. The formula for fire, or like the heat, will be revealed. Hiyori X Nanase sadistic masochism dynamic. Isagi will discard the victory above all mentality. I hope he does. I hope he gets rid of that mentality. There will be some horny dialogue from Aiku. Rin will call Sai lukewarm. The community will complain about how the France match is being dragged out for its last 20 chapters. So we'll have to wait. If people start complaining about it, with it, like, we want to say,
BLUELOCKers are going to complain anyway. I believe people are going to unironically complain as well. Like, even if it's like 5 chapters in, it's like, oh, this match is taking too long.
Igaguri will become a member of the Barata the 3. Parentheses, please just don't let it be Kira.
Damn.
I gotta. His text is kind of small.
Yeah, you got
Nigerian New Generation 11 is an obedient Bafra separationalist I don't know how to say this word. Separatist cultist of Fulani descent where parents were kidnapped by Boko Haram.
Wow, that's so specific.
He's giving specific. He met your specific requirement for sure.
I didn't mean like that. Bada redefines.
Story, you know.
Bada redefines what it means to be a king. Yes. Significant Isagi and Shido interaction about them pursuing pleasure. Significant Bachara and Bunny interaction. Bunny will break Sai even further. Sai gives Isagi the winning pass against Spain. Na cooked unk fraud Sagi aura farming for real, no ball in sight. I have no idea what any of these words mean.
Cooked unk fraud Sagi.
Brisbane watching Nigeria.
Yeah. Gagamaru gets exactly 1 epic save in every match of the group stage. Chigiri will score against England. Chigiri willingly tears his ACL.
Oh no, I don't like that one though. No.
Willingly is crazy.
What?
Here's the thing. I don't think he'll willingly do it, but I feel like he'll willingly push to a zone where he knows tearing is way more likely. Like he'll push himself to a point where he thinks
that's the same wording. Well, not the same wording. I believe that's the same outcome. It's just not the same wording.
Yeah. Well, like he's not like, I'm just gonna tear my ACL now. I'm fine with it. He's like, I'm just gonna push to a limit.
Where wants to willingly tear his ACL, but he will willingly push himself to his limit, knowing that there's a risk.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Atoya will never play during the group stage. Honestly, I don't think he'll play either.
Yeah.
I don't think he will.
Who knows? I don't know which other position he'd really be good in.
Okay, this one's some bullshit. Japan and France passed the group stage. That's some bullshit. To be fair, I'll give him a freebie. I'll give him a freebie. I'll give him a freebie based off of the not cooked unk fraud Sagi or farming for real, no ball in sight.
Bro, I don't even understand. What's he cooking?
I think it will be Isagi maybe monologuing or something, or
he does another aura farming moment if he farms for aura.
Yeah, basically.
Which means, I guess, going forward, if he aura farms next chapter, he gets one off. He gets one.
Yeah.
Kunigami x Shido fair and square chemical reaction. That's interesting. And then Bachara scores Japan's first goal. I'm assuming he means first goal overall, not first goal in the game. Are we in agreement on that? Or like...
Yeah.
I'll
say that, but he can clarify if he wants.
Yeah. But yeah, anyone have any takes about this specifically that they want to discuss?
Like it.
I don't like the Chigiri willingly tears his ACL one, but
I would accept it more than it just happening. I feel like I'd accept it more if he says I'm pushing to this limit, and I'm like,
if it's an accidental thing, it'll be kind of lame.
But if it like he willingly puts himself in a position where it happens, I'd be like that. He's going out on his own terms.
Okay.
I like the strawberries and love hearts. It's quite nice.
Yeah, he used a free bingo card website.
Oh, that's so cute. I didn't even notice. I wanted to make mine pink, but I was like, I'll keep it blue.
But all right, and the last one we have, well, we actually have 2. We have Anamasu. No, this is going to be very hard to read because he sent me a very blurry file, but I'm going to try my best. So
I can read it, to be fair. I have better eyes.
He says, so he gave me a little bit of a description. He said Charles is gonna feint pass into a goal. So he's gonna take a pass that looks like it's going to be a pass, but it's actually a goal. So he thinks Charles will score.
Okay.
He said Zantetsu x Shigiri versus Loki, popular theory. He's a fan of the Galactic hotline but he thinks Galaxy of Hiyori x Corona. I don't know if he has Isagi in there, but if he's talking just those two, I mean, they could.
Technically, they've never had like. I would love to see a Corona and Hiyori evolution because of each other.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
My only one worry is where can Corona evolve?
You like your speedsters. I feel like you're.
No, I do, but he's a speedster, but his speed comes from his tight turning. He's good at making. He's agile. He's agile.
Yeah, the only way he can evolve is through his dribbling. Like maybe dribble past the player first.
What's a brace? Am I wrong for asking what's a brace?
It's
like,
two.
No, I didn't know it either. So
It's 2 goals. So you got 1 goal, brace, and hat trick. So
okay. So he predicts Bato is gonna score a brace or score 2 goals against Nigeria.
Yeah.
And also thinks Kiora x Nagi. He thinks Chigidi will score a weak-footed 44 Panther snipe. Shido will get a backstory versus the new Gen 11 defender or goalkeeper. He's predicting an Isagi twin gun pass.
Wow.
He thinks Germany will win the U20 World Cup. He thinks we're going to get a Luna backstory through Sai or Bunny, sorry. You have Audio and Sai versus Bunny. Could be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
He thinks Isagi will miss an easy shot on the net.
Ooh.
He says Agi will have a goal line clear. He thinks Sendo will awaken Predator Eye, and he thinks Loki will score a hat trick. He thinks Isagi will be offsides, and he thinks that Gagamaru will stop a penalty shot. He thinks a member of the BLUELOCK 23 will become a new Generation 11. He thinks Sai will eventually praise Rin, and he thinks Lorenzo will match up against Bato. He thinks Bunny will score a brace versus Japan, and he thinks Shido will get a red card. He thinks that they're going to have a match in the rain, and Nagi will score a solo goal, and Rain will score an Olympico goal. So can you explain to me what an Olympico is now?
It's basically when you score direct from a corner. Rin did it in the second. Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, honestly, the thing I would be excited about is the rain, because maybe it's just me. Does rain impact your game at all?
Yeah. Yeah.
Heavily. So like with BLUELOCK, everything's been heavily managed, right? Mm-hmm. Everything's been contained. They're inside a building most of the time when they're playing their games. Like, imagine there being a rain game and they have to try and play more strategic. Like, they can't play in a way that they want to, or some characters can't play.
Yeah.
Like who would be bad? Like, would it be like, weird dumb question. Would it be slippery? Like, would it be worse for sprinters? Like Chigiri, Zantetsu, Corona?
Yeah, so it will be depending on the condition of the pitch itself. But if it gets bogged down, it's harder to run in. Also, if it gets really wet, the ball can easily skid off your boots, it skids off the ground.
Yeah.
So passing is a lot harder in the rain.
I feel like if it's a rain game, Nagi might excel with his trapping.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Nagi, this might be where the Nagi and Kiora comes in.
Ooh.
Yeah, I do like that rain one. That'd be interesting. Yeah, because they have to address the fact that like the BLUELOCK matches have always been like heavily facilitated and in best conditions. So they have to address the fact that here's what like real games bring, like weather elements, you know. So it's interesting.
Honestly, that'd be cool for the first World Cup game against Nigeria. Throw in some new elements. Like, this is a new stage for them, so establish that early. Give them a reason. Like, this is not what. Like, we've been playing under the conditional, like, areas of BLUELOCK. These elemental factors are things we're not prepared for. Like, I don't know. I don't know how much wind will affect it. But at the same time, like, depending on extraneous weather factors and environmental stuff, it could be interesting.
I really like what he's done with Isagi. You know, the missing an easy shot and the offside. I think it's really good for his development to be put into this kind of pressure. Like me, like it's the having a moment where Isagi misses a easy goal can have big implication on the rest of Isagi's match, because he might internalize that moment. He might start to overthink and start to overplay and things like that. So I really
think
like.
so, yeah. Yeah, that's for sure interesting.
Yeah.
How do we feel about a Blue Lock player becoming a new Gen 11 by the end of the arc?
I don't think it'll be possible because I feel the new Gen 11 are already pre-selected.
You don't think there's any chance of swapping? Because my
No.
only thing,
I
how
mean,
does it work? Can you have two new gens from the same
it's picked.
country?
You can. I mean, like, if I'd assume you can, but like, if the statement of the 11 flags exists of the new Gen 11 being selected, right? There doesn't disregard your ability to become a future superstar. The reason they're picked is because of their potential to become a future superstar and leading figurehead of the football world, but also their marketability, right?
Mm.
These guys were probably picked before the Blue Lock. These guys were picked before the Blue Lock project even began, likely a year or two before anything happened with Blue Lock. So they've probably been established for some time. Kaiser started when Kaiser's 19. He started when he was 15, so we had to have earned the title within that time period.
Mm-hmm.
Sai went to Spain when he was like 12 or 13. He came back when he was like 16, and he had the title then. Now he's 17 and has it. So, like,
I mean, out of all the Blue Lockers, right? I think we would all agree that Rin would most likely be the one closest to them. But who else do you think would benefit from or garner that title from Japan?
from Japan,
I
who would
think
be the
because first story wise, I think Izuki, but I feel like most likely is Rin.
I'll say this. I think there's two nominations I have aside from Isagi.
Mhm.
First is Rain. Obvious destroyer mode. That's something insane. However, the reason I don't think he would get the title is because specifically for destroyer mode, I don't know how popular it would be on social media. It's like, we see it.
That
They see it.
is scary.
No, not just that, but he's playing in a very sacrificial way. He's throwing everything away just so he can do whatever he wants.
Yeah,
and he's purposefully screwing people over in the process of it. And I feel like in relation to your title of New Gen 11, there is a bit of like no need to screw people over, if that makes sense. A character I think honestly may be fitting is Nagi. Nagi scored a super goal. If he comes back with motivation, I'm pretty sure Nagi currently is still the most popular player in Japan. Excluding Sai, I'm pretty sure he's the most popular player.
Yeah, so that would have been my...
in Blue Lock, I think him and Izuki are like the most popular ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Nagi would have been my pick.
But you also have his comeback story. You also have the comeback story. He was this god, now he failed, now he's coming back, rising from the dead. Like, I think because of that, Nagi's probably the most deserving of it.
Mm-hmm.
Kaiser the Bum is a new... Kaiser's not a bum. No, Kaiser's not. Kaiser is still better than Rain and Isagi, and I'll stand on that hill.
Yeah, he is. Yes, but Rin, I don't know how much longer he'll still be better than Rin. I think.
I'm telling you now. Here's my top 5. End of series characters. Give me your top 5. I'll give you mine. End of series. Okay. Number 5. I have Nagi. Mm-hmm. I think Nagi will be a top 5 player end of series. 4, I have Rain. I have Rain at 4. Mm-hmm. 3rd, I have Loki. 2, I have Kaiser. I have Isagi at 1.
Okay. I would have Isagi. Mm-hmm. Then I would have Loki.
Are you going 1 to 5 or 5 to 1?
So top from top to bottom,
Mhm.
top to bottom. So like the best to the fifth best. So first I would have Isagi,
Mhm.
then I would have Rin, because I think Rin's always wanted to be second best. Then I would have Loki, and then I would put Kaiser, and then Nagi just below Kaiser.
End of series, they're retired. So I'm talking end of series. Noah, Snuffy, Chris Prince, Lavinio, they'll be retired.
Yeah, they won't be there.
So they're not counted in this.
They would have been defeated already.
Like, honestly, I could see them taking a My Hero route and not even putting Isagi as the best striker.
Mm.
God,
Have
I
him
would
be-
hate that.
No, seriously,
Wait,
because remember, the best in the
didn't-
world is a subjective take. Like, people argue to this day who's better, Ronaldo, who's the best player, Ronaldo or Messi. People will argue that to this day. So
I
the
could see
argument,
it
so you could
being
have top 5 and have Isagi be like 4, but you'll have people devoted to him and say, yeah, he's number 1.
Yeah, wait, can someone explain My Hero to me? Because I'm pretty sure
So-
didn't this start with
My Hero, Deku lost his quirk.
Yeah, I know he lost his quirk, but didn't the series start with is this
No.
the story of how he became the best hero?
And then when he lost his quirk and everyone happy, he said, "This is how we all became the world's greatest hero." And then he retired, became a hero for 7 years,
Yeah.
and then they created a mechanical suit made to replicate One for All. And then he decided to get back into the hero field, and within 3 months, he jumped up to, I think he was in 4th place, and I think he's currently in 4. Lemillion's number 1. Lemillion's number 1. Todoroki's number 2. Mount Lady's number 3. Deku's 4. And I think Bakugo's 5.
So he got his quirk back.
No, he got it. He's like Batmaning. He has a suit that replicates the powers for him. So he has instead of having Black Whip, he has like tensile cables.
Oh no! I mean Lemillion. Did he get? his
Lemillion, Lemillion got his before the war arc.
Yeah, because I didn't read the war arc, so I've not completed that.
Lemillion got his quirk back. Eri reversed him, so he got his powers back.
Nice.
But yeah, I could see them going like a My Hero route where he's not technically number 1. It's a subjective take. Like,
I mean, I could see it being like him and Rin are kind of like both the number 1s.
Because here's the deal.
I don't want that more. I don't
Like
want
looking at
want
Noah
that either, but I could see it.
Like, look at Noah. Noah, you can tell why he's number 1, right?
Mhm.
But against everyone else, can you really make an argument for why Isagi should be? Like I can understand why Noah's number 1, right? Easily. But if I look at Isagi and I compare him to a guy who can blitz down the field in 3 seconds, I can compare it to the guy with the fastest shot in the world. You compare it to Nagi, who has godlike trapping and incredible creativity when it comes to plays. And then you have Rain, one of the best individual talents of the current generation. Like, Isagi, by far, he comes in clutch, but he's not flashy. And because he isn't flashy, I feel like he struggles a lot. He would be struggling a lot to get the number 1 title. Because flashiness is definitely a factor.
Mhm.
That's why I think geniuses are always so much more prevalent in the story. Or like more popular in terms of characters. Because geniuses have these creative plays. These insanely like impressive moments. Isagi to us, he's a favorite because he's main character. If Isagi wasn't the main character, I guarantee you he wouldn't be as much of a fan favorite.
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, I guess it's this idea of like a talented learner who's slowly building themselves up so they could eventually surpass the genius of the world and become number 1.
Yeah.
But he does need to get an individual weapon that allows him to be able to score on his own.
Being hot does help too. Sorry.
Huh?
What?
Dedu said being hot, being attractive helps too. Because Kaiser is the son of a famous model. Bro's canonically attractive. So you have an attractive, professional, world-class talent. Yeah, he's going to be a fan favorite. People simp over serial killers because they're hot. You're telling me they wouldn't simp over a football player and say he's the best because of it?
Yeah, they do it all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think in terms of your question of like what's gonna make it obvious that Isagi is the best, I think it's just going to be his consistency above the others. I think he's going to be much like Snuffy, where everywhere he goes, he wins. But yeah, that's my fault. You disappeared.
Maybe he hates the take. I don't know.
Sorry, I'm arguing with more people about the Isagi thingy.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, no, I don't see Isagi being number one. I can't. It's hard. I want him to be, but it's so hard for him to be number one
I mean,
in the eyes
it's
of
also
what.
hard for me to see it, but I think narrative-wise, the story that's being built up. But yeah, I mean, it is currently hard for me to see it as well. But
I don't.
that's the story we're being told.
Honestly, it would be cool if he just became the best player, like Snuffy did, and then have Kaiser be the best striker or Reen be the best striker. Like,
I
Yeah.
can see
Yeah.
something like that. Like he's the best overall player, but someone else actually becomes the world's best striker.
like he's a forward, right? He's a forward, but he's not the best forward, but he's the best player. You know what I mean? Because I'll see people say like the Messi and the Ronaldo debate. Ronaldo's a better goal scorer, but people say Messi's a better player.
Yeah.
Like that kind of argument.
Yeah. The only thing that defeats that is just the fact that he wants to be the best striker. So he has to give up on that, in my opinion.
Yeah. But also, all right, we got one more thing to go through, and this was Dedu's.
They do.
The do-goodest thing. All right, so he says Nico will get a big evolution and become Aiku level. I don't think so. Isagi will become the undisputed number 1 of Blue Lock. Chiggity's ACL will go Snap versus France in the knockout stage. Bunny versus Sai 1v1 and Bunny will fold him. Kaiser x Ness will fail horribly. Bachara will get a new top tier weapon. Hiyori will make me question my sexuality, already there. Gagamaru will clutch up a penalty shootout. Rail will copy someone and make their move even better. Nagi will trap a Kaiser impact, and Shido will reach a new level of zesty. There will be a cameo of eliminated players. Karasu will be mid for the tournament. Raichi will get a red card. The Egoist 4 will make Kunigami not emo again. Fukaku will play in goal for a single game. Bachara will score a solo dribble goal. Rail will actually devour Nagi. The knockout games for Japan in the round 16 will be Italy. In the round 16 will be Italy. Quarterfinal will be Spain. The semis will be Germany, and the final will be France. Don Lorenzo will get a buff. Japan will lose the finals, and Karasu and Hiyori will team up to go against Charles. What are your guys' thoughts?
Yeah. I mean, he needs to explain that Nico becomes IQ level, because you can't.
Is he saying that he's gonna be better than Aiku, or he's just gonna become as good as Aiku?
It's as good as IQ.
I don't think he will.
Yeah, I mean the physicality.
Not even that. They just play different ways. Like Nico's wet kits is almost exactly like Aiku, but he doesn't play like Aiku. He plays like a defensive midfielder.
Yeah, but getting IQ level though, IQ level. So
no,
in terms of that, I'm like,
I'll say this. I think he'll get to IQ's level, but I don't think he'll get to IQ's level as a defender. I think like IQ's level is like where I would put like Bachara, Chigiri, Kunigami. That tier of characters. I would say Nico has the potential at the end of the series to get to that tier, but he won't be as good of a defender as Aiku is. That's where I say.
Yeah, okay. I could agree with that.
Because there's no specific as to when is Dedu around?
Yeah, he's in chat.
He says, "Yeah, get me in there." But there's no specific as to. Are you referring to this is at the end of the World Cup? Or
I'd say U20 World Cup. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's a big jump though. In my opinion, that's a big jump.
Well, Nico is training his physique. He could awaken something. Maybe he'll get better with Metavision.
Yeah, that's a big jump for me. Nagi traps a Kaiser Impact. Shido,
Oh,
you
I would
level.
love to see Nagi trap a Kaiser Impact.
that'd be crazy.
I
That
made
would
this theory a while ago. I said that I think Nagi could trap it.
But that would mean Nagi's playing defense. I just can't see Nagi's too lazy to do that. Can't see him playing defense unless he has a change of heart. With this newfound fire that he has. But yeah, that's gonna be a tough one as well. Karasi will be mid for the tournament. Nah, I disagree wholeheartedly.
I don't think Karasu will be exempt. I think he'll be average. I know. When he says mid, I think he just means average, and I think he'll be average. Like, I don't think Karasu is gonna pull off a world class play. I think he'll just be like consistently fine. You know what I mean? I think the most I see him do is my prediction with him and Hiyori stopping Charles, but that's about all I see him doing.
I think he's going to be consistently good, in my opinion. But yeah,
You know, I can't wait to see Sai pissed off.
Yeah.
Like, we saw him a little mad, but we didn't see him pissed. I want to see him get pissed in a game.
Yeah.
But also,
That's gonna happen.
you know what I'm waiting for? I'm waiting for Nagi to score a goal and smile with happiness.
Yeah, Nagi's never gonna smile.
Yeah, he will. People said Nagi was never gonna cry. And what do we see?
He's
And we saw
experiencing a lot of new human emotions right now.
Nagi cried, he showed anger, he showed disappointment in himself. Like, Nagi's showing more emotions now. I think he scores I think if he can score a goal relative to his world-class revolver goal, not the same, but relative to it, I think he'll finally like smile and be happy for himself.
That's fair. But yeah, Don Lorenzo will get buffed. I personally, I think that Don Lorenzo has been holding back anyways. So whether it's a buff or not, but I can see that happening. I wouldn't call it a buff personally. I would call it just express himself a bit more.
Finally trying more full on now, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
The one that I like is Rayo will copy someone and make their move even better. That would be cool.
Yeah, that needs to happen. I like
that one.
As well as Rayo devours Nagi. That would be really interesting to see.
It'd be cool. What if he copies Nagi and makes his technique better, like the 2-stage?
Yeah. That would be really good.
But yeah, this is all we have for the bingo card. We've been here for about 3.5 hours. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me through it consistently, unlike Lexio, who abandoned me. I appreciate you guys so much for tuning in and sticking around. But yeah, again, all these guys, their channels are linked in the description of this stream, so go sub to them. Definitely gonna try and get you in here more, Serena, now that you're back in the community. Happy to have you on.
Yes, it was fun. I appreciate you joining. Come more.
And then Raito, Unk status, you're not going anywhere.
Yeah, I'm here.
We'll have you here for life. Raven just is deafened, so there's that. But yeah, thank you guys so much. Thank you guys in chat so much for tuning in. This was a charity stream, so all the donations and the stuff like this is going towards we're gonna be putting that towards a charity of whoever wins the bingo game. Yeah, I appreciate you guys so much for tuning in, sticking with us the whole way through. I will continue to do game shows like this, hopefully. I don't know when the next one's going to be because next month I go back to school and I have a lot of stuff going on. But yeah, I will see you guys I'll see you guys tomorrow with the chapter review video because leaks drop tonight in about 8 hours, so get ready for that. Oh yeah, it was also Dedu's idea. Dedu in chat, this was his idea. So yeah. It was his idea. So yeah, we love you, Dedu. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning into the